Welcome Wednesday. It's a wet Wednesday here. What's up, everybody? I am a little early today. Hey, Queen Diva, J Truth, Miss LA, Michi X, Madam X. Oh, Michi Black, Madam X, Kimberly. Just read my book. Hey, baby girl. What's going on, y'all? Who is a lot going on? Hey, Gaia Love. First and foremost, I want to wish my baby girl Monty, Mixology 99, Chef Motto, a happy birthday. Monty Moto, something. A happy birthday. I was over there and hey, Nene baby, this damn Wi-Fi is really giving me the blues. They supposed to be back to fix it tomorrow. So hopefully I can kind of endure for a while, but it was awful because I wanted to say so much. Some people really mean a lot to me. And, even if you don't meet them in person, you just know people are genuine, the connection you have, and when you go through things, just where they stand with you. And she's a beautiful, beautiful person. And I have much love for her. So she's on a break now, but I was over at her birthday party celebrating my boo, Monty. Hey, abuse of you guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm here early on Wednesday. Nene, good to see you, baby. Just Andre, I was just thinking about you, love. I hadn't seen you. Hope all is well with everybody. Like I told you, it's kind of wet and cold here. So, you guys, I'm gonna need y'all help today. I don't know how long this Wi-Fi gonna hold out, but I'm super duper confused. Hold on, I'm so confused. Hold. The town hall meeting, I watched a little of the town hall meeting, and of course, I fell asleep. I guess it was long. Hey, Lena. And I woke back up and I watched a little bit more. And, I have a different outlook. I just have a different outlook that a lot of people may have here. I see something different going on. I'm going to talk about that. But thanks for your support. Hold on, you guys. Thanks for your support. Hang. I don't know how y'all looked at that town hall meeting. James did what James do. We know James, Mother Treasure Alone, Spiller Boy came out and he corralled all the beef sector people together to see just where they're going. And my thought was, I remember the town hall meeting that he had a couple of months ago, and things still move forward. So when I was looking at everything and I was reading a little bit of the chat and listening to the people on the panel, the only thing that I came up with, he did what he was supposed to do. He corralled his people and he just want to know. And he broke it down. There's no king, there's no queens, there's no princess, there's no duchess. We are all just content creators. Now, some people have been here a long time, and so people show them respect and label them OGs, and they call themselves OG, and we respect that because they've been here for a long, long time. And I've always said I show people respect. I don't care what G they have, what grade you give them, what name you give them. I respect you if you respect me. That's how it goes. So I've always respect those people, and I never had problem with them. But when it comes to gatekeepers, here's the reality. Hey, Gemini love. There's no gatekeepers, y'all. This is social media. This is an application that we all choose to engage in. So there's no real gatekeepers, but there are people here that believe that you have to really go through certain people to get good with the YouTube, fairy godmothers and godfathers over here in order for you to survive. I just never believed that, because if my belief was in that direction, I would hinder myself. So I saw where he was going last night, but then I also saw, division, a lot of division. So how can you make a family or a foundation stand if y'all divided? And I saw a lot of divided because there's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of bad blood in the beef sector. See, the old beef sector did some shiesty shit too, just like the new beef sector. They just doing it the modern way. But the old beef sector have done some things to each other and to other people where it's just bad blood, and it's going to continue to be bad blood. And so when people come in from a different area, they see the weakest links sometimes, and they use those weakest links, and they use that stuff for commentary. So everybody is talking about, they have named these gentlemen the Umar boys, right? The Umar boys. We don't want the Umar boys over here. We don't want new people. What are they doing over here? Why are they dropping so much money? Where are they coming from? Now, everyone has an agenda, and y'all need to stop with the bullshit, because everyone has an agenda. When they come on this application, they have an agenda. They are selling a product. It's their business. So you can't get mad at them. Hey, Jill, comfort zone. So everyone's mad at those gentlemen. And are they mad at the gentlemen because of what they're bringing to the sector, or how they came into the sector? Now, again, there's no gates, you guys. There's no doors. There's no boundaries. There's no fences. So if you come over here, you're just over here, just like you would go anywhere else on the social media application. That's the reality that I think some people don't want to realize. It's reality. You can't stop them. You can't stop people from going where they want to go. The only thing you could do is not allow them on your platform. That's all you can do, is say no. No, you can't come up here. I don't care about what y'all talking about. I don't want to get to know y'all. That's the only stop you can have. But it seems like people are very upset with certain people who have them on their platform, and they are gracing their platform on a daily or a nightly basis. And they are getting recognized more than if those guys were somewhere else, right? I don't have a problem with them. But whenever you come to an area, because remember, the brother broke down the algorithms, the sector. There is just a group and a clique and cults. It's just a group of people hanging together, and we decided to hang with this clique instead of that clique, right? So when you look at it, and I started thinking, what don't I like about them? Why am I so against them? See, one thing about YouTube and over here in this area, they love pile-ons. They love riding the waves. That's what the content creators. If today we talking about just read my book, everybody's going to do just read my book. If we talking about Jill, everybody going to do Jill. If we talking about Mz.Teavalocity, everybody going to talk about. It's like a wave that everybody rides around here. It's hard for people to stand alone. Please make sure you like this video. So it's hard for people to stand alone because they have a clique mentality, and that's okay, because that's in real life for some people, and it's also in this life, is in the YouTube life. So they are gracing their different people platforms, and it seemed like they are bringing in their own way of getting in. And I think the observation is people are focusing on the areas that they going and the money. I don't give a shit about the money. The money is not a motivating factor for me, whether I'm going to invite you on my platform or not. But here's the reality of it. It's okay for new people to come in. That's how you grow. That's what you call networking. The only thing that's puzzling to people is why they coming so heavy, why they dropping so much money, and what is their agenda. They say their agenda is just to get to know the people that we're entertaining over here, and they like the characters over here, and that's why they over here. You have to take them out their word until they show you different. Sometimes you have to sit amongst people just to get to know them. Like I said, I don't have a problem with those gentlemen. The only thing that I've peeped is that they came in, some of the characters came in kind of rough, calling our women, out of their name, talking under their clothes and doing, dragging, because they did a pile on, because that's what they see. See, that's where you get the clique and the cult mentality. And when you're not a free thinker, they did exactly what they saw that was going on over here. I don't know about lesbian bashing. I know you promoting hard for the LGBT, and that's what you do, QI. Just give me a minute, because I'm not going to dwell on it, because I don't know about them, because I don't watch all the lives for hours and hours and hours. But what I did see last night is that this house is divided. So it's easy for people to come in to your house and start treating you just the way you treat each other and start tearing up your shit just the way y'all tearing it up. They couldn't even go through a whole live and get through the information that they wanted to present to the people, because then they started the in-house fighting because there's so much bad blood in here. So those people see that, they want to be a part of it. Now, are they paying their way in? I don't know. I really don't give a damn whether they pay, who make money. That's not my concern. My concern is, what is your real purpose for being here? I'm just wondering, why did they come in so strong? Why did they start attacking our women? You know, and then why are they calling for certain people? See, that's where I'm getting kind of confused at. But everybody's talking about them, but now people are letting them on their platform as well, because the reality is they haven't done anything to anyone over here, really. But the people who they targeted or who they had beef with or what's going on, that's who they have their beef with. They haven't really done anything else to anyone else over here. You know, so my thing is, I just don't know their agenda. I don't care about them coming over here. What is your purpose for coming over here? And I only could go with what they tell me. Hey, we just over here because we like y'all. We over here, we want to hang out. But we will really never know until we let it play out. Most of people are shutting them out before we can really see what their agenda is. First, we got to see what their agenda is, but we're blinded by the money. Now, I'm going to be honest. People not going to like me today when I finish telling you this. I see a lot of jealousy and enviness going on. I really do. I see that people are showing that more of that they don't really care too much about the guys. They just care about the money. They pocket watching. They mad because some content creators are getting more money. And if you're mad because of that, then you should actually invite them into your home and see how much money they would spend on you. See, you may be blowing the bag, and everybody's down here for a bag, right? Every time I click this link, I come down here and entertain, and perhaps one day I will get a nice big YouTube check, because it's a business. I'm an LLC. I am an LLC. Mz.Teavalocity is an LLC. I'm trademarked. So it must be somewhere in my mind that I want to go so I can make the bag. And I think you all are funneling the bag. I really do, because you're not inviting other people in. Now, I've seen some of these people, like I said, on other people's platform, and people are mad at Brianna. People are mad at Ness, because that's where those dudes are spending most of their time and the money. And those are the people who's promoting them. Don't be fooled. You don't see everybody sharing them out or talking too much about them or allowing them to grace their panel. But those are the money. Those are the people who's welcoming them in, and those are the one who's getting the bag. You can't be mad at them, because at the end of the day, is a business. This is how they run in their business. The only thing you could do, either not support their business and make sure you don't run your business like that. If you think they come in with an agenda to infiltrate, to take over. Now, I personally, I'm just going to sit back and watch them. And no, I don't want some of them on my platform. And that may be an unfortunate thing for me, because for one, I don't get in the mess. I don't get in the beef. I don't get in all that, below the belt shit, that dragging, that roasting and that calling of the names and doxing. I run in a different circle, and my circle is little. It's 94 people here. My circle is little, and I don't mind keeping it like that if it's going to keep me to have my peace, and for my supporters to come over here and know that they in a different vibe over here and they in a peace zone. I don't want all that extra stuff. But whether they talk about me or not, that's okay. Whether they drop money, that's okay. That's not what it's about right now. I'm just trying to see What are their main focus? Because I heard a lot of things. I heard someone tell me who's very familiar with each and every one of them, what they thought their plan was. And I said, well, I just have to sit back and see. I can't label them bad people. I can't label them monsters. I can't label them names. And it's easy for us to put jackets on people and label people when we don't really know people. I don't know these men. You know, I've seen some of their actions, but I don't know them to really put a jacket on them. Just because you putting a jacket on, just because you don't like them, just because you calling them the P word, just because you're doing certain things, I don't follow that mold. I am an individual thinker. I am a free thinker, and I'm going to continue to be that. Hey, Nikki with the eye patch, baby, how are you? Shakeem, how are you, sir? But anywho, I just want to see what's going on. But it seems like the jealousy and the enviousness is oozing out. And it seems like people don't know what gentrification is. See, the old is phasing out. And they even step back on their own. They step back. This was the first time Treasure Lane even came out. And trust and believe, from what I know about him in 4 years, I think I've been here 4 or 5 years, he's seen it all. He has seen it all. He knows what's happening, but he didn't feel the need to come out. But since y'all called him out, he came out trying to gather his family. He was trying to gather his family to get an understanding. So where do we go from here? But let me tell you something. Gentrification takes place whether you want it or not. And I call this gentrification. It's taking place. See, the government will come in, and anybody notice, and people will offer to buy your property. See, I remember James saying he bought his land. He's here to stay until he get ready to go. And so when they offer you money, I want y'all to follow this because this is gentrification, which y'all may not understand. That's all that's happening over here in what they call the beefing sector. Is being gentrified. The old is phasing out. They're being offered to buy their property, and they can say yes or no. And what I mean by that, they could be willing participants to get in here and welcome these people, or they could say no. But eventually, they're going to come anyway. There's no stopping them, because in reality, there's no gates, there's no fences, there's no borders, there's no key, there's no people who own this application other than Google. Get that out your head. I mean, think freely. So we really can't stop them. So you have to ask yourself, what have they done to y'all? I told you what I was uncomfortable with, the way they coming in, the way they talking to some of the women, the way they just getting right in. But again, they only do what you allow them to do in your house. See, they could never talk under a woman's clothes. They could never gay bash. They could never call a bunch of bitches over here. They can never do a lot of things over here in my house. But if you allowed in your house, that's your house. But people only go treat you in your house the way you treat you in your house. And that's a fact. That's all they gonna do. So if y'all let them in, hey, Finn, baby, if y'all let them in, you can't get mad because some people are choosing to allow them on their platform and they grabbing the bag. They grabbing the bag. They, at this point, they really don't give a shit what goes along with them, what agenda they have, their agenda. And I want you to remember that their agenda is to bring in the gentrification and to build and to get the bag. That's what y'all miss. They're just getting the bag, and it seems like some people are really, really mad. Why should you care where people spend their money? You shouldn't. If you want the bag, you go get the bag. See, I was trying to figure out where was the problem. Exactly. They would be stupid if they didn't accept their money. That's a fact. But all money, I'm going to always say this, all money ain't good money. And when you usher in here and you run in here and your whole thing is about dropping big bags on people, I just want to know what's your angle, what's your agenda. That's all I want to know. That's all. I really don't care one way or the other whether they come in, how they spend their money, because for one, it's not my money. It's not my money. So why should I care who they spend their money with. But here's the craziest thing. If you're going to talk about them and you don't want them and you don't want new people over here, then you have to stand on that shit. Don't go back and forth and, oh, I don't know if they should come. I don't know if I should talk to them, or I don't know if I should. If you're not going to fool with them, don't fool with them. That can be a win and a loss on you, either way you look at it. Depends on how you look at it. I don't care one way or the other. I'm not putting no jackets on people. I'm not following behind people. I'm not going to pile up on people. I've never been that person, and I'm not going to start being that person now. Like I said, I just wanted to know their angle. You can choose not to be bothered with them, but I'm going to tell you, they're here, and they're here to stay unless you all stop allowing them on your platform. You can't stop them unless you just block them. But there's people who's comfortable with them and they're all right with them and they making a connection and a relationship with them. You can't worry about that. But don't sound so jealous and envious of other people getting the bag. And that's what it sounds like is boiling down to me. I could be wrong. And some people have the mentality, if you can't beat them, join them. We done heard that lots of times. Well, if I can't beat them, I might as well join them. You do what's best for you, but don't placate and don't be fake about it. Stand on what you really believe. If you don't want them over here, then you don't want them on your platform, you want to continue on the path that you are and you're comfortable and you don't want to network, then that's your business. Stand on it, but just don't do it to follow behind people. And I know it's really bad. I'm telling you, it's really bad. This group think over here is a mofo. It's a mofo. And it seems like they always go where the big content creators are, because that's where the party's at. That's where the happenings are at. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we shouldn't sit here and knock each other for that. Now, they had a couple of tips yesterday. And like I said, when I really sat back there and I scoped it out, sounds like a bunch of jealousy or envy. That's what it sounded like to me, because I couldn't figure out who y'all really mad. Are y'all mad at the content creators for accepting them and welcoming them? Or are you mad at the beef sector? That's what I was still trying to figure out. You mad at the beef sector in whole for even talking about them, doing commentary on them, going to their platforms, visiting them, sharing them out, or letting them run their clips? Who are you really mad at? I never got to the root of it, because it sounds like you guys are mad at each other. You're mad at each other because you believe someone owes you something because you've been here so long, or you're an OG. And I'm not talking about just the OGs, or you are old subscriber. You believe somebody owes you some type of loyalty and you don't see it. You don't see it. I don't know what their objectives is. I want to know what is not jealousy. I think it does sound like a little envy and jealous because people are getting more money than other people, because they are welcoming these characters and some of us not. So I don't know what their motives are. Like I said, we will never see, because in order for you to see someone's motives, think about it. You have to sit down with them and you have to just let them play their hand. And while they play their hand, then you start picking up the pieces. That's why they coming over here. I think so. Why did they go to those two people? Because they the hottest thing going now. Okay, I see them. Why are they gracing everybody's platforms? Why are they doing so much commentary on it? Okay, I'm peeping. Why are they dropping so much money? But they only dropping it in certain areas. Okay, I see them. So that's what you got to do. Okay, you in a bad mood, Duchess? Okay, I hope you feel better, baby. You don't think it's jealousy? I don't think jealousy is involved. I think so too, baby. I think it is to a certain extent. Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I think, for me, some jealousy and envy came in. Because certain people that you know don't like certain people, gathered on certain content creators to bash these people. Come on, y'all. Don't act like y'all don't see. See, that's what pisses me off. It's such a fucking groupthink here and blindness. You don't want to see. Why would certain people go on someone else's platform and start dragging these guys, and they never been on their platform? They never done anything to them because they are okay with a certain content creator. Y'all need to stop playing with me. See, you can't play with me because I'm not a group thinker. I'm looking at this shit deeper than probably some people looking at. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm still gonna come on here and be Mz.Teavalocity. Whether I have 80 people in here or 1,080, I'm still gonna always come down here and speak my perspective, right? What I perceived. Okay, so that right there let me know they are coming strong at certain content creators, but it's a group of people who already don't like those content creators. Come on, y'all. So why are they so mad? So it got to be something there. Are they mad because the people are blowing up and they don't like that? Are they mad because they're not conforming to the old beef sector and they not putting up borders? This is a younger generation, baby. They do things much different. Like I said, gentrification is taking place. It's taking place. I'm sorry. It's taking place. The only thing you could do is step back and watch, or get out there and fight for your property. The government only going to offer you 3 times to buy your property, and once you don't sell it to them, 9 times out of 10 they gonna come by and take it. Just follow that. They only gonna offer you 3 times to buy your property in certain areas where they always own the land. You just own the property. They only gonna offer you 3 times, 3 different amounts, and then if you don't accept it, they just gonna take your shit. There's no difference down here. You don't have to accept them, but the ones who accept them, that's where they're going to go. And their platforms are going to grow. Hey, Life with Jamila, baby. Their platform's going to grow, and some platforms going to stay stagnant because you worried about the wrong thing. Some of us are worried about the wrong thing. And I know people ain't not going to like this, you know, the way I'm saying it, but I peeped that shit out yesterday. I'm like, wow, they're really harsh on some of these people. For what reason? They just running their business the way they're running it. I don't always agree with them, but that's their business. That's their house. I don't have to go to their house. I don't have to watch them. The same with you. You don't have to watch them, but to be mean and vicious and hateful and to fight within, that's not going to set up no safeguard for you to keep the trash out. If you call them trash, you ain't going to be able to keep them out because you guys are fighting with amongst each other. So they already see a house divided. So they're going to have the power. I want y'all to pick this up. What I'm putting down is 101 of you on here. Please make sure you hit the like. You are giving them power to come in and tear down your foundation. That's a fact. You ain't gonna like that. I said it, but I said it. You are giving these people, whatever their agenda is, the power to come down, tear down your foundation, because your foundation is shaky already, because they watch y'all fight amongst each other. So they already know that is not strong, solid bond over here. Now, they will stick together, but you see some of the very strong content creators over here distancing themselves from certain people and certain content creators. You see that because what? They want the gentrification. They want the bag. They want the new people. They want to move forward. That's a fact. So y'all can say, oh, it's not jealousy. Oh, it's not envy. It is exactly that. Because I watched them target certain people, and I saw the people who was targeting other people, and I said, they just don't like them. They just don't like them. So of course they're gonna try to shit on them. But other people see that. So you're opening the door for them to do the same thing. I'm just saying, that's when they are creating cult-like environments. I think it's a cult-like environment over here any damn way. I think it is. And that's why I fight so hard, you guys, to be independent, to be a free thinker, and to stay on my own. I know I can knock down 500 to 1,000 if I would just get in the mix, but I'm not going to ever change my morals, my values, my beliefs, my integrity for anyone. I'm not going to get down here and do some of the stuff. I'm not going to let people come over here and create chaos. Hey, Ronnie Q, what's happening, baby? I'm not going to let them do that. So if you stand firm, if you don't like them, you don't want them, don't let them on your platform. That's all you have to do. Don't go visit them. Don't share them out. Don't be bothered with them. Either they'll go away or they'll come in and take over. So the example Beefin 313 used on the couch was good. They brought in keyboard. Older folks didn't like it. Brought the horns. Older folks said, y'all doing too much. Okay, that could be possible. Maybe they are doing too much, but they doing too much is because we do too much over here ourselves. That's the fact. And y'all just can't handle new people. And I ain't yelling at you, Cruiser, baby girl. Y'all just can't handle that new people have watched y'all tear each other down, call each other names, break each other down, dox each other, drag each other, demean each other, do malicious shit to each other. And now you have a new group of people coming in that you're not going to be able to stop because people have already accepted them. Right? Now you mad? People only do what you allow them to do. People only do what you allow them to do. That's all. I don't know. I'm just speaking on what I saw and heard from the beginning to the end. A lot of content creators was talking about what is them guys' motive. I don't know. That's what I don't know their motive. We'll never know their motives unless we sit back and just watch them. Just watch them work. If they infiltrate, if they tear down, if they destroy the beef sector, then it is what it is. Then we will have known their motive. Now, I've heard some things about them. I've heard they not nothing nice. I heard, and Jamila put us on to something too when she told YouTube cameras. They move in a pack. They run plays. I don't know them that to be true. So I'm going to say this, what was told to me. They are strong force. And at the end, you will see that they never did dislike or each other. They do that. They run plays and they infiltrate to tear down a sector. Like I said, there's no gates. There's no fences. There's no locks. There's no keys. There's no borders. There's no line. So if they come over here, it's not much people can do. So I don't know why people are getting so mad. I'm just doing commentary on what I see. And like I said, they are fighting amongst each other. So these people will think it's all right to come in there and fight with y'all too. They don't respect no damn body if you don't respect them. I heard somebody saying today, I might have been in Cruisers or somebody, what is the difference in a gay man and a straight man calling you out your name? A man is a man. A woman is a woman. There's no difference. It's just a hard pill to swallow that people have allowed other people to come over in this area, this group, this clique, this cult, whatever y'all want to call it, this sector, and get so comfortable. That's what they mad at. And they pointing fingers. But I say this, I'm not mad at anyone. I only could control my own destiny. I come down here and make my commentary, and a lot of people ain't gonna like it, like I said. But I believe gentrification is coming in your neck to your neck of the woods, and you either sell your property or just let them gentrify the area, and other people will move in. That's all it is. It's a form of gentrification. It's just on social media. So let me read some of these comments and let me move along. Them new, I agree. I watch who I watch, and when they come up, I leave. Don't even give it that much power over emotions. Exactly. Hey, Jamila, Queen Diva, Fem Noir, Ronnie Q, what's going on? I know you feel some kind of way, and a lot of us feel some kind of way only because they're unfamiliar. We don't know what their real reason for coming over here is. So it's like, why the fuck they come over here? Why they pick over here? Who brought them over here? You know, when you visit other areas and people share out your videos and people watch certain people, the algorithm will bring them here, to be honest with you. Just like me, I was wondering, well, something strange happened to me. So what happened? What really happened? Who brought those people? It's perhaps just the algorithm. It could be. Manosphere likes to make women fight each other. And see, that's why I asked that brother the other day and he didn't answer it. And I particularly liked him for certain reasons. You know, I thought at one point he was dropping a lot of knowledge about YouTube, you know, being YouTube, the algorithm, how to make money, how to SEOs and all. I thought he was doing a good, you know, little commentary on that. And now I see he commentate with other people, right? So my thing is, that's what I wanted to ask him. Now, you guys are supposed to be men of the pillar. You know, you supposed to be uplifting, motivating, you know, building your community. And yet you're so involved with all this drama, which normally women partake in, not too many men. You know, not too many men. So that's why I'm wondering what they're doing over here. Because if they were part of the Umar sector, Umar put you straight. He let you know. You know, supposing he was pro black, and he didn't believe in tearing down women. He didn't believe in the LGBTQIA community as well. So what are their why are they here? What fascinates us about them so much if they supposed to be taking that stance? That's where I was confused. That's just where I was confused at. Stop supporting the content creators that are allowing them in. Allowing them in. How? They drop their link. They get on their link and they entertain them. I can't really knock that because again, it's their business. They run their business the way they want to. It's their house. They let whatever company they want into their homes. I can't talk about that and I can't get on. I'm just saying that's where they're comfortable at. And so they already here. They already here. So I don't know how you guys are going to deal with it. I don't know if the beef sector, the OGs, or anyone else in the beef sector, we all gonna get along and just try to black them out, and we not gonna let them exist. We gonna ban them from their platform. Certain content creators already said to y'all in so many words, "Fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to do." That's just what they said. Fuck you and fuck what you think, and whoever don't like it, I'm gonna continue to entertain these guys because they haven't done anything to me. We want new beef. We don't want the old beef, and it is what it is. It's your job whether or not you're going to support those content creators, and that's a fact. Okay. In my opinion, that Shaquem is doing way too much. The way he degrades women is sick. They allowed him over here. You know, it is what it is. I can't say if he's doing too much. For me, he's not my type of person. Can y'all please make sure y'all hit that like? I'm not gonna be here long. I told y'all my Wi-Fi is acting great now, you know, but tomorrow I think they'll be here to fix it. So I may come home. So that's the real deal. So stop fighting each other. Stop worrying about people who's lining people's pockets. If you want the money, shit, use them for their money too. Invite them on up. Because we're never going to really see their true agenda until it all comes together. Hey, watch from Cloud9. Thank you. Until it all comes together. Right now, I think we're just confused. And I believe that's why some people don't like them over here. Like, hey, you got to chill. What's going on? Like I said, I was just like, why did they come in like this? You know, they only in certain places. That's cool. That's cool. Some of us don't even want them over here, you know. And why are they attacking the same people that we over here already attacked? It seems like they have a purpose. a sole purpose to attack certain people? Or is it certain people over here start attacking them first? I don't know. Let's see. QI, you are absolutely ridiculous and it's giving real hater and no shade, but a lot of you self-proclaimed studs are big bothered by these clowns and it's a mad weird. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know. That's feminine QI. Well, QI seems that, and I've been watching QI when she's been in chat, and her whole thing is protecting the LGBTQIA. Now, everybody know is 95% women over here, 95% gay men. That's why I was confused. If they continue to believe what their beliefs were against the LGBTQ, why are they here? Because this is a big LGBTQIA family over here. Y'all better know then they stick together. So why are they here? You know? I don't know why they're here. But you guys do what you want. I'm just going to tell you, you guys are really making it sound like some of you, not all of you, and this is my perspective. Some of you are making it sound like you are really, really jealous of Brianna and Ness because they getting the money. And I'm sorry. I just had to tell the truth. You seem like you guys are really worried about the amount of money being put out. Please don't let that be a blinder. I wish those ladies wouldn't let it be a blinder. But again, they spoke and they said what they said. Brianna said it loud and clear, and Ness said it loud and clear. So you're not going to change them and change the way they doing things. You either support them or you don't. That's just a fact, y'all. Stop. We don't have to have a whole bunch of meetings or anything like that. I think James Town Hall was great. It ended up just like it ended up the last time, the inside fighting. So we already know it's a house divided. So come on in and divide it more. Because what's going to happen now, let's go to this route, is I'm going to protect my bag. Y'all better listen to me. I'm going to protect my bag. I'm not going to let you or what you think about what I'm doing take my bag away from me. So that's another dividing point. Y'all just better pick up on it. That's another dividing point. And it's showing. It's really showing you guys. That's just my perspective. I'm going to drop this link and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Let me see what just read my book. Let's see, baby, what you said. It's a distasteful word that's unaccepted. Be it a man, woman, or beast. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you on that. I don't like the word, period. I don't like the bitch call. I don't like the doxing. I don't like the degrading of the women and men. I don't like talking up under your skirts. I don't like talking about autistic children. I don't like talking about people with disabilities. I don't like it. And I don't engage in it. And so if that's what they over here to see, like I told that brother, hey, brother, we do things a little different over here. Now, I don't mind you coming up here because it was something I liked about you. I don't mind, but we don't do all that name calling. And I didn't allow people to disrespect him. They wasn't probably too happy because I heard the way the conversation was going, that he was on my platform. But again, we have a certain amount of level of respect over here. And I appreciate everybody who graced my panel who respects the decorum over here. Again, I don't care what label you put on yourself. I don't care how many numbers you have. I am going to continue to respect you if you respect me. I don't give a damn if you was here 100 years ago. I don't care if you started the sector. I don't care where you place yourself in the sector. As long as you respect me, I will respect you. When you start disrespecting me, I'm going to disrespect you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what age you are. That's a two-way street. And for me, in my life, it's okay to agree to disagree and keep it moving. That's all. Hey, the hood table, what's going on? I'm going to drop this link. But please, don't do inside fighting. Don't make it seem like you guys are mad because other people are getting money. And like I said, I watched this. All money ain't good money, but we can't tell them not to take it. We can't tell them not to take it. I am blackballed by Brianna, so I am blocked from even making a bag. See, there's people mentality. I'm not gonna get in this. Listen, I'm 62 years old. I came down here on my own. I still stand on my own. I support who I support. People who support me support me. I am not a big content creator down here, but I'm my own content creator, and I have stuck with that from day one. I have stuck with that from day one, and I'm not going to change. QI, can't no one blackball you but yourself. And you are so afraid that these people are over here to destroy the LGBTQIA, sweetheart. I watch you all the time, and I like you. I don't have a problem with you, QI. And you're knowledgeable of a lot of stuff, and you've been around. You've been around, and you've been in those areas. So a lot of times you want to give us warnings about those people. But a lot of times, QI, you can't warn people. You can't, they could be blinded by many things. You just got to let them go. But you can't harp so much on, and you're grown, you're entitled to do what you want. I'm just gonna tell you some errors I see. You harping so much on that these people are trying to come over here to destroy the LGBTQIA community, that it's killing you. You're fighting for just that. You're not fighting for the sector in general like some people are. You're fighting for that. And they come at you directly. I don't know. I don't know about that, baby. I don't know. I don't know if they come. But again, can't no one blackball you. And I would think that if you really wanted to go, how can they blackball you? Somebody got to help me with that shit. Now, I know they run in packs, they run in group, they got a triangulation. I watch them when I want to. I don't watch them. I support them when I want to. They support me when they want to. I'm not down with the, all the other stuff, the triangulation. But again, as long as you don't disrespect me, we're good to go. Y'all can run whatever plays you want, whatever triangulations. Y'all could be cool with each other. I don't have no problem. But the only thing I do say is you are your biggest competitor. You talking about they blackballed you. How did they black? They don't share me out. Well, Miss Pizarro, thank you, my booski. But she shared me out. But let me tell you something. When they want their crowd to go somewhere, or the people that's down with them, or they feel like whatever, they will say, "Hey, Fem Noir is live," and then their friends will follow them. That's okay. They'll take their toys and go over there and play. They don't do that for everybody. And if you want to be separate and you want to stand alone and you want to grow organically, you really don't want that. If that's not what you're offering on your platform. But as far as them blacking me out, I never thought they blacked me out. I don't think they have the ability really to black me out, because if they did, they would have blacked me out if I didn't become a part of their club or clique or whatever. You know what I mean? So, baby, you can't think like that. I can go wherever I want to go. If you want to, start your channel and just stay on task. Stay focused. You guys get so caught up in the hype. Y'all gonna make me go off a little bit. I don't want to flip too many F words. Y'all, this is YouTube. This is YouTube. It's thousands of platforms. People who believe what you believe, QI, is thousands of content creators. Go there. Start afresh. Start new. Go networking over there. But you can't come in every chat talking about you sound like you scared that they about to break you. They didn't make you. They can't break you. Get beyond your fear that they are trying to destroy you. And the only reason why I'm saying that, baby, because I see it all the time with you. Miss T ain't yelling at you. She ain't doing nothing like that. But I just see it with you. Like you afraid they coming over here to destroy the community. They're strong gay men over here. They're strong straight men over. Well, they're strong gay men over here. They're strong women over here. They can't break them if they don't allow them to. So stop worrying about them. And I notice I see you everywhere, and that's why I think I home. Hey, little pressure baby girl, you got to give me some more of those uploads, sugar. And I think the reason why I singled you out, baby, because I see where you seem like you are trying to spread fear. You trying to stoke fear into people. You remind me like politicians. You know how they stoke fear in people? That's how you come off some. And you know, I like you. I don't have any problem with you, dear. I just don't want you to let these people scare you out being the great QI you are. Who follow you? And they follow me defaming my chart and brand. See, okay, so let me, gay men don't get treated like lesbians. Okay, I don't, you know what? I like people for people. If I don't like you, I don't, I never did anything. So here's the deal, you guys. Let's just go here, since y'all want to always talk about history stuff. I'm gonna tell you the history I know. See, I know QI. You were in with other people and some things was done and they feel as though you was a part of it, darling. And so that stigma that you have attached to you will follow you. It's hard to get rid of some stigmas sometimes. And certain people have certain stigmas over here, certain content creators, and that's just the truth. And it's the fact of the matter. Some people have done shit to people over here, and people don't forget. You guys play together in the sandbox, but you remember what Johnny did to you, and you know who helped Johnny jump on you and fight you. You know who helped Johnny fight you. You know when they all ganged up on you and you was in the sandbox and you was playing by yourself. You know exactly what role you played in that. And so now you want to clean your life up, and hey, I'm all for it. But I just want to tell you some facts, QI, because I see you struggle with this a lot. You can't hide from your past sometimes. Now, you can't let your past haunt you to the degree that you can't move forward and do your thing, but it's the reality. You was around. You had relationships, friendship, YouTube shifts with some people. You've done some things. And now that you want to, turn over a new leaf, you find it difficult because you have allowed these people to capture your mind. Capture your mind. You almost sound like sometimes, baby girl, just please don't get me wrong. You sound like you paranoid. You sound like you're paranoid. And I want you to move forward because I believe you do have something to offer people. You just need to get in your lane and stay in your lane. And don't matter how slow you grow, just grow. You never did any dirt. But okay, baby, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, from when I came on, I know that you was attached to certain people who have had some dealings down here that people can't forget. You watched them last night. You watched them at the end of Spiller Boys. When I woke up, you watched them really go after each other's jugglers because they still have that hurt and pain. Even though they trying to play nice, they still remember what happened. They still remember it, baby. A lot of us remember what happened. You can win. You sound like you allowing these people to get in your head and you don't want to win. And I'm not a therapist on here, and I'm not going to keep trying to change, your perspective of things. But I think you're hindering yourself because you're worried about the boogeyman chasing you everywhere you go. It can be a paranoia. It's okay if she's not listening. I'm fine. But I'm fine, but I just can't. I wish she wouldn't go in every chat and preach that same sermon. And it's all about the studs, the LGBTI. It's plenty of straight people over here too, that if you were in defense of keeping the beef sector together, you would just talk in general. Just talk in general about everybody over here. They coming to get us, okay? They coming to get us, y'all. I know what they did. You could start off saying about what they did, what you witnessed, and how you feel about it, but you can't keep going to every, oh, I'm sorry, QI, this is not to you. I'm just trying to, yeah. All right, hold on, y'all. Let's even take a break. Take a break. You had a good point here because now some of these people are licensed psychologists and psychiatrists and therapists. They are licensed. So they know exactly what they're doing. See? Those guys see this sector as a psych unit. That it could be a possibility that, they doing a study, they see us as certain type of people over here, and they doing whatever they gonna do. I am tired of being bullied. Okay, if you tired of being bullied, QI, I'm sorry that you're being bullied, baby. I don't want anyone to be bullied, and I hate that for you. But you have to get stronger. You just have to get stronger. No, it's about how I specifically have been and still is being treated after 4 years. Okay. Life with Jamila, I'm getting a virtual headache. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just want her to not draw attention to all of the negativity surrounding her and just look ahead. That's what I'm trying to tell her. No, I'm not gonna. I can't. Let me tell you something. They say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Everybody could change. I could sit down here and I can spend hours and hours talking to QI. When QI get it, she'll get it. She'll get it. See, she hasn't realized that she's her biggest enemy. Her fear is her biggest enemy, not those other people. Her fear is her biggest enemy. And her success in whatever she's going to try to do is going to depend on her fear because she can't get past her fear. Yeah, if you go live and stop worrying about them QI, let me tell you something. I will share your live out. I have been trying to share out smaller content creators who I know support us over here, who I know be over in this area. I'm gonna make it a point to try to share them out. But again, some people don't want the shares because they don't. I can't see Sheffy again. God damn it. Because they don't want some of the drama that comes along with it. I don't mind. Like I said, Pizarro has always been a supporter of mine, and she shared me out the other day for whatever reason. She must have found it was something interesting. But not every day she shared me out, and I don't. I don't have no grudges, no anything. You people don't have to share you out. But it's nice that if you are a bigger content creator and you really want to help your people over here get to their 1,000 and get to some of the support, you could send people their way. You can share them out. You've been going live for a year. Can somebody drop QI link in the chat, please? So I want you guys. She says she's been going live for a year. Okay, so let's drop her link in the chat for me. Jamila, can you go get it? But remember, if you let these people see that you are weak, QI, they're not going to want to come. They're not going to want to come. So I want you to really take a look, maybe do a reassessment of what's going on with you and stop the complaining and start moving forward. Stop complaining and start putting that energy into building your channel. Stop saying that these guys are the boogeymen. They coming over here to blast the whole LGBTQIA community. I don't believe that. I do believe they have an agenda. And we just have to sit back and watch. They're not gonna come over here and tell us. Like I told you, I've heard some things about them. I'm just gonna sit back and watch it come true. I've seen some. Hold on. So that's what I want. That's what I want to know, baby. I want you to do your thing because I've heard some of your content, and I like it. And I like your content. So could somebody please drop QI's link in here? Hi, the Most High. How are you? And Collins, hey. Yes, Miss T, stop whining and complaining. Baby, I ain't whining and complaining. Oh, you talking about. So I never had to deal with this type of stuff. Okay, baby, you'll be fine. So you guys, it's, I don't even know. I don't want people to look like I'm down on, I'm running down on QI. I like QI. I think QI could bring some good things to the table. I think she could be informative too, because she's been moving around. But there's QI link. Hey, Styles with T. So what's going on, baby? So I just subscribed and shared yeah. So y'all, let's go support her. But now remember, we can only send the people over there. We can only share you out, baby. But you have to hold the audience, and you've been around here long enough to know that. I can only say, hey, drop a link in my chat. Let's share her out. Maybe you should go live and tell us what you know about these people, because you have been over in some of their areas. You've been in some of their areas, QI. So why don't you go around there? Why don't you fire up a live and tell us what you think we should know on your live? I'll be honest, I'm damn sure come over there and listen to it, because I know you have been around. You have been around for years. And you often throw the different areas that these people that's coming over here are in. So we'll definitely watch you. I'm not running down on QR. You just encourage her. I'm trying to, baby. I'm not. I'm really not, because I like QI and she supports me, and I would damn sure support her, but I need her to, I need her to get a little stronger and keep it moving. Okay. Thank you. You like my new ad, V? I like it too. I am cute like that. I'm not coming on camera today. So I'm going to drop my link. So if you want to come on here, really, you guys, and just tell me your fear. And if you watch the town hall meeting, I like for you to give me some of your feedback on there. Because like I said, I thought it was good. I thought they were going to band together. But again, old scabs was peeled back and wounds was, people were wounded. And so it's hard to come together when you're divided. I have been warning people about the manosphere for the last year. Well, people warned us that new people would be coming over here, but they never named the manosphere. They always, they always stuck on the black sector. They said was coming for us and different things. So listen, like I said, I'm sitting back and I'm watching you guys. I'm watching just like y'all are. And like I said, when people get real comfortable, you just allow them to talk and move the way they move. Oh, I've been on here for 3 years without getting numbers. I was on here for 3 years, to be honest, y'all. I just started getting numbers, but I tell you one thing, Donna, I just refuse to be broken. I refuse to feel defeated. At times I did feel bad because I wasn't getting numbers, 10 people, 20 people. Some people have been here with me a long time, and I said, damn, you do put in some work. And wow, you watch somebody and they go over there, you go over to their chat and they got 500, 600. But then I start looking at myself. Hold on, baby. I started looking at myself and said, oh, I see why. That's you, 313?
Yes, it is.
You got background noise, boo. You outside in the rain?
Do I?
Yeah, I could hear like you in the rain or something.
Oh my God, that's
There
this
you go,
little
sugar.
my little desk fan.
Okay, hold on. Get on hold 1 minute, baby, while I finish Donna. So I didn't get numbers for a long time. I still don't have great numbers. But one thing that encouraged me the most is that I stood firm on who I was, and I was growing. I went from 10 to 20. Some people, Diva and I would be happy when we had 30 people in our chat. When I had 50, I was, ooh, and I grew. And one thing I knew about me was that I was strong within myself. I wasn't a group thinker. I wasn't going to follow people. I wasn't going to do some of the things that I see some people do coming into the beef sector to get on. I learned from my mistake. I had my little tip with people, and I said, nope, just continue to be who you are. Those people who like you, they will come. And so my numbers grew a little bit, but I ain't kicking the ass over here. What's up, baby girl?
Hi, Miss Tiva. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, sugar.
I want to say you are so nice, Miss Tiva, to offer advice to QI. I just think that's very nice of you. And QI, now please take this as constructive criticism. We have all gone through. If you've been on YouTube and you've been here for a while, we've all gone through something. I went through what I went through. But the issue is, QI, people saw the things you did. You went along with the person. You allowed yourself to be disrespected by someone. And unfortunately, that's all. A lot of people remember that and they treat you that way. I'm not saying it's fair because I personally think you are a very smart person. And especially when it comes to black subjects and things
Yeah.
dealing with our community, I think you
Mhm.
have a wealth of knowledge of it. But the only problem that you do have, you don't stay on topic and task also. You'll be ranting on about other things. So all you have to do is probably rebrand yourself and
Yep.
stick to what you know. Don't come on talking
Yep.
about other stuff. Talk about the black subjects. When you talk about the community and things that affect your community, the LGBTQIA community, you are very knowledgeable and you could build your base based on that. So I didn't want to kick you because I could tell you're not feeling well and you're down today, but you are very
Oh,
knowledgeable. And I do want you to know that. Even though it's times you've
yeah.
done and said things about me, but I'm not here to rehash that because, like I said, you dust yourself off and you try again. So that's just it. I want to say that. And also I want to say, Miss T, I agree with your everything you said about um the content creators. First of all, Brie and Ness would be complete dodos and idiots if they didn't accept the money that
Right.
they was giving. If somebody was giving me
It's a
$500, I would have
business.
took that money too.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit there and say that.
Well,
The only thing I think what people is misconstruing is not everybody is jealous of the fact that they're getting money. Everybody is saying upset because they're allowing these people to come up there. But in order, they don't understand for them to get the money, they have to allow them up there. Those are their platforms and they can do whatever they want to. Lord knows I love my Nesty Pooh. And when Nest is on there, I love it. But when they come on there, I don't watch. I leave. And that's the option you have. Once the commentary becomes to the point you don't want to watch it anymore, leave.
yeah.
That's it. Now, the problem I have is when,
Tell
like,
me
yes,
your problem.
did you see that fool yesterday that came up on Nessa's platform? That conscious guy, he has said the negative things about black women, but was married to a white woman. See,
Mm-hmm.
that those are the type of people that upset me, and I just think that if you're gonna be part of the Umar sector,
Mm-hmm.
Umar doesn't even believe in interracial marriage. So y'all
Yeah.
really
Go ahead. Okay. I can hear you, baby. She okay, she must have went out. So I see my little fellas coming. Hey, MBK. Um, so this is my thing again. And I'll get back to you, baby. Hey, I'm Juan with Messi. I thank you for dropping Kenna. Y'all go over there if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe to Kenna. Now listen, my thing is when you build in a community, or we're I'm gonna call it gentrification again. Remember the analogy I just made? Gentrification. There's new houses, new buildings, new businesses being brought over to your area. You either go partake in there, buy some, or you bought your land, you stay on your land. You don't have to agree with the gentrification, but just know this: it's going to come. I watched it happen in DC, and anybody live in DC would know what I'm talking about. They were offering people to buy their homes. Some of them wouldn't sell it. They didn't want Berry Farms, which was a landmark, to leave. They tried and tried to do something. Finally, they knocked all that shit down. Power is power. I'm not saying these people are coming over here with power, because again, I tell you all the time, you have the power to be who you are and to stand firm on what you believe and what you do. And so they won't even come to some places because they know we don't do that type of behavior over here, right? But what I do want to say is you have the liberty to either embrace them or not. Just keep it moving. You ain't got to fight against it. If you don't have enough power within your own family because you fighting with each other, how the hell y'all gonna try to fight these new people? Go ahead, 313.
I just wanted to tell you, Miss T, I'm sorry, I got a phone call
Go
and it
ahead.
kicked me out. So I apologize for that. But
Mhm.
what I was saying was it's the caliber and the behavior of the men that come down. So I think that was Miss Olivia's point. I don't think Miss Olivia was so much upset about the money. I do believe there were a couple of people who were actually upset because they were getting money. But I don't think that was her argument from what I was saying yesterday. And I do think some people may be jealous of that fact against those ladies. My only
Okay.
issue is when do you say enough, that you don't see the fuckery? And excuse my language.
Right. Go
Like I
ahead.
said,
Go
that
ahead.
that one guy came up there, the conscious guy, and he going and saying all these slogans and doing all this fast talking. And
Mm-hmm.
so the guy came up and told him on that panel, he said, yeah, just like you said, being a black woman is the dark cloud or something about the black woman. And then he goes, so Ness says to him, well, do you have a black wife? That man talked around everything around that and then dropped down. These men are coming up here insulting black women and talking about black women. And they belong to the Umar Johnson section, a man who does not believe in
Mm-hmm.
interracial marriage at all. So here it is, y'all following behind a bunch of hypocrites. That's the issue I have with it. Understand who you following behind. Dr. Umar doesn't believe in any of or half of the things these fools is talking about. Then the other part I
That's
didn't
my
like,
point.
you can't get mad at content creators because they don't want them up on their panel. Miss Olivia said clearly she does not want them on her panel. Well, you got to let them come up and explain themselves. No, you don't. That's their panel. Just like you don't want her telling you who to bring on your panel, you cannot tell her what to do and allow on her panel. So that was the only things that I saw. But I just was like, if anybody saw him, I want to hear anybody's perspective on him because that fool talked. His name was Conscious something, and then came to find out he was one of the biggest scammers. He took $700 from one of his subscribers and wouldn't even send it back. The lady sent it to him by accident, and he said he wasn't sending it back. A black woman, but he's married to a white woman. Then he went around. I love black women. My mother's black. My auntie's black. My cousin, his toe was black. Everything was black. But he's talking about when black women come around, it's a dark cloud. And when they ask him why, he said, because I grew up poor. I grew up hard. I grew up from Houston. I grew up this. Those are a bunch of reasons. That doesn't have anything to do with when you said when black women come around, it's a dark cloud. So that's all I wanted to speak about. The caliber of these men.
Okay.
They're very distasteful. And that Shaquem, like I said, anybody know he just is a real annoying piece of crap. I'm not gonna say he's all those names that they were saying about him because I don't know if that's true about him, and I would never
Yeah.
say that about
Mm-mm.
anyone unless I know that
Mm-mm.
for a fact. But I think that's the issue and where the divide is. These men are actually a bunch of hypocrites, and that's the part that's crazy to me.
Cool fam said majority of the Umar sector are against Umar. Well, let me tell you this before Ronnie Q. Come on, Ronnie Q, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You know, I always want to call you by your old name, 313. That's you, RQ?
Yes, this is me.
Ronnie
Go ahead.
Q?
Yes, this is me. Go ahead and say what you were
Okay, hold
saying.
on. Okay, this is what I say when okay, I'm gonna tell you why I thought that a little jealousy and stuff came into it. Because now I didn't watch all Miss Olivia's, right? I didn't watch all of her live, but what I did see is certain people attacking them. And it seems like the three people who attacked those gentlemen, for whatever reason, again, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying it's about money, but the people who attacked them don't like Brianna and Ness. And that was the absolute given, right? And that was my problem because if they're a problem to the sector and you have your own individual reason why, like you just told me your reason, 313, then that's the problem you have with them. But because they're connected to somebody or they visiting my platform all the time and you don't like me, you're gonna make the problem about them. That's the only problem I have. Now, that was my perspective. Now, just go back and think what I'm saying. The people who attacked them, they came on kind of heavy, attacked them, gentlemen. I'm not talking about no money, but those same people don't like the ladies over here, the content creators that they support. Go ahead, Ronnie Q. RQ.
Okay,
Ronnie
I
Q.
miss I'm here. I missed exactly I know Olivia was definitely attacking her in particular, and I think maybe you're talking about going back to Olivia's live where obviously Kimmy was attacking her, but let's not get it confused. If they had gone over to Kimmy's page first and were doing what they were doing on Kimmy's page, she would have had no problem with it. So I think I'm clear on that.
I agree.
So if yeah, so I just got a little
I agree.
message. I just got a little message while I
Mhm.
was over here, and I had to go do a little replay. And then you have Brianna getting up there saying how she like is in everybody's head and this, that, and the other. And then she goes in for Ronnie Q to say she does real content and F me and called me a bitch. So I had to take a
Oh.
moment and hit Lady Nika's
Mm-hmm.
link because no, I didn't mention that motherfucker. So you're
Mm-hmm.
upset because I say I do real content, and then you're gonna call me a bitch. See, she think
Wow.
fat meat ain't greasy, but she should know every time she motherfucking move around, she got grease stains all over her fucking clothes. So what killed me was that she is so upset at the fact that I said
Mm-hmm.
that I do real content. I do real content. I don't
Mm-hmm.
spark up a live, talk about I'm going to take a shower and all this, take over my panel. I do real content. I sit down and I study things. I pull
I
my
see.
motherfucking notes and I have something to present to my subscribers. So if I'm a bitch because I do that and I will not dummy myself down for ignorant motherfucking bitches. The
Okay,
actual
hold on,
nerve of
Ronnie
this.
Q. Hey,
Oh,
Ronnie
excuse me.
Q.
Excuse
Come
me.
on.
Excuse
Come
me.
on. I'll let
Excuse
you.
me.
Okay, I
I
got you,
forgot.
baby. Go
I
ahead.
forgot where
See,
I am. I forgot
that's
where I am. But yeah,
hold on.
yeah,
Ronnie
I
Q said, I
forgot. I
forgot where
forgot.
I was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dummy myself down and be called a bitch because I say
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be called that because
right.
I say I do real content, and that's what I had to add to the
I
conversation.
like your
So
content.
you do
I like your
so the simple fact, and I want to tell
content.
QI, see, you sit up and you think that people take you out of the game, QI. QI,
Yeah.
like for instance, this thing that has gone on in Russia, where they have taken the paintings of Christ, all these paintings for the 1400s, the 1500s, out of vaults, and
Wow.
they were not whitewashed because of who came in. They weren't whitewashed because essentially Russia was taken over. Uh, I forget. I got it together on my little clips. So
You didn't
these
I
say
know
paintings
what you're
that.
weren't
saying, though.
whitewashed, and they
Mhm.
show and they yeah. But this is my point. And they show Jesus Christ, the Virgin Mary, and
Being
the
a black
angels and
man,
all the people around.
being
QI,
black.
please don't do that. QI, please don't
My
do
bad.
that. They show them all being black. Yes, that's what I want to say. But my point to you is, see, these are things that you have knowledge of that you can speak on. See, can't nobody take you out of pocket on the things that you're knowledgeable about. And I think that you kind of play yourself out of pocket when you
Mhm.
over talk people and when you repeat yourself a lot of times. I understand that you want to sometimes you only need to say things once. I repeat myself too, so I try to catch myself from doing that. So this is something that I notice about myself, and that I'm just trying to give to you, because sometimes you only need to say things once. You can say things in 30 seconds, and you don't have to use 5 minutes to say the same things multiple times. And you do have knowledge, and you can hone in your knowledge, and you have things that is useful and that people want to hear about. See, because
Yeah,
there's always a place for chaos and anarchy. There's
yeah.
always a place for that. Like I said the other day, sometimes I'll sit up and I'm entertained by the chaos, but
Mhm.
sometimes I want to hear other things. And so people who want to hear other things will hear you, QI. You will broaden your audience to people who want to hear what you have to offer. Nobody wants to hear bemoaning about what's going on in the sector.
Right.
Is that what you had came to the sector? Is that what you started a page to do? Or did you start a page to talk about what you want to talk about? So don't let nobody X you out of the game, or feel that someone is my point.
Right. Good point, Ronnie Q. That's all I'm trying to tell. Ronnie Q too. Q, I'm gonna let you in a minute, baby love. Hold on. Ronnie Q. I know people tell me go back and watch the whole video, so maybe. Now, I didn't want this to come out wrong. I'm not saying that Miss Olivia live, like I told you, I only saw bits and pieces of it, right? I know she's a strong woman. She's very opinionated. I don't have a problem with it. This the only thing I said. I think is a problem when people who don't like certain content creators. Let me just like me. I'm neutral. Say for instance, I'm neutral, right? I'll say, please make sure y'all's 142, only 90 likes. Please hit the like. Even you guys up there in the cloud. Okay, say for instance, I call myself unbiased, and I'll give y'all a minute. I'm unbiased and I'm fair. So I watch who I watch. I don't watch who I don't watch. I don't have a problem with it. So I came in a fair, balanced way saying it seems like that the people are speaking from jealousy and envy
Mm.
only because they already have a disdain for certain content creators. So it's hard for you to actually present what you want to say in an unbiased manner because you have a disdain for it. So it comes across like you're jealous, you're envy. That's what I was trying to get at. And that's how I came across yesterday, because it seems like those people jumped on that platform and bombarded, and they all made it about certain content creators. Then it turned into the money issue. It probably didn't start out, but then it turned into it. Lady Tia, that's you?
Yes, it's me.
Hey, baby, stand by. Let me let QI in. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard for you to present something to the people, and in an unbiased way, so you can understand and make it not look like you jealous or envious when you have such a disdain for people. And I know those ladies have a disdain for those two particular ladies. So go ahead, QI, baby. You next. What's up?
Well, whew.
I know it's a lot.
I know that I repeat myself, and I really can't help it because I do have a disability, and I have been telling people
It's
this.
okay.
I did a live on it years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. When I first started going live, I have ADHD and PTSD. So,
Okay.
like, yes, I my brain works very
Yep.
quickly, and my thoughts come very fast. It's like Asperger's. It's not that we lack intelligence. It's like sometimes that, like, our thoughts come faster
Mhm.
than we can speak or we can process them. So
That's
I
absolutely
know that that happens,
true.
and I can work on the situation. I have been working on the situation, working on that particular situation. Now, here's the thing that has sort of disappointed me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when y'all say envy and jealousy,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the people who are complaining. It is the people who are putting out this certain narrative that are getting the numbers. It is like a deflection. Um, these people know that they can't produce content, and anyone who can produce content,
Mm-hmm.
they're putting their foot on their necks because it's easy to hold panels, get on a panel, and argue and fuss amongst each other. And a lot of these men that are coming in the sector, this is what they want Black women to do. So I have been doing live streams on this. I have been talking about these things. I have been, like blocked off of panels, silenced.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it for nothing but pure care
Mm-hmm.
because I care about people. Like when I'm talking about this stuff, a lot of times I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about other people that I see with talent, like
Mm-hmm.
the Tea Lounge, like Jill's Comfort Zone, people that I
Mm-hmm.
see that like
Mm-hmm.
have divert. I'm always talking about Ronnie Q.
Mm-hmm.
It's us. Like we gotta stop saying that envy and jealous stuff. We gotta start pointing the finger at the problem. The beef sector, it wasn't like this in the past. We had people producing content. Yes, they had beef. Yes, they did crazy stuff, but it wasn't this deep.
Okay, I get you. But so how
And
did okay? Go ahead, because I don't want to throw you off, but I see. Here's my thing, right? And Lady T, I'm gonna let you next. There's a problem. You're part of the problem if you're not part of the solution. So what would you give to make the B sector, the old B sector, create content? Because Ronnie Q creates content. She don't always talk about the drama. She gives you real live news, politics, happenings, what's going on. So, and she still hold her people. That's what we trying to tell you. You focus on what you could provide and give to the community, and you be part of the solution. But to sit here and complain and always, and that's for any of us, then we can't be we part of the problem. You see where I'm going? So
have you
you have to go ahead.
have you not seen what I've been doing on my channel? I have been strictly
No,
focused and
I
taking my
haven't.
time to try to rebrand my channel. Like I have never done a bunch of beef sector things. When I came out, I was doing history. I was doing all like other types of stuff. Only to have Brianna to run around. QI is boring. QI is
See,
this. QI
but
that.
you,
QI that. But no, no,
but
no. Hold on a minute. So like I didn't stop there. I didn't stop there.
okay,
I
go
came
ahead.
out and I said, okay, I was pre-presented by people. These people pre-presented me as somebody who I wasn't. Because I'm glad that MBK is down there in the chat. Because
He,
MBK and a lot of these people who know me from other sectors, they didn't know I was a lesbian because I didn't come out here on that token. They knew me as a person that was always talking about history, knowledge, solutions. When I came over here, even when I was on the Mess Express, I was the only person because I wasn't on that panel by myself. There was Brianna. There was Lady Nika, Chopper, a lot of people. But these people are not getting the type of backlash
mhm,
that I'm receiving. So I had to start
mhm,
analyzing why is when I first came back out because I had like went away for a while, went into the
yep.
debate league, the
Mhm.
debate area, and the Black women empowerment area for a little while. And Cynthia G told me I didn't need to be over here, but my heart could not let me. When I saw Rob Rex come over here and all of that, I was like, and I saw like all of these people that I know are not just they're criminals, they're scammers,
Mhm.
they're like FBI level type of men who are here to take from Black women. I can't. That's what made me come back in this area, although I was told not to. And
Mhm.
like I started talking about these things. I got attacked for talking about these things. by different people. That's how I can name them all.
No,
I
no, no,
have
no,
named them all. No, I'm not
no.
gonna do it now. I've
Okay,
already
baby.
done that.
No.
They know I
Okay,
know who they are. I gave them a name.
okay, okay. All right.
I gave
Listen,
them a name.
I
But
haven't
but
been
what
able.
I'm just trying to say is like I had
It's
hope
true.
up until the town hall meeting, right? Once we had the town hall meeting, and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to tell people that this is the only place that's safe for us, even though it had not been the best place for me. It's like I'm just letting them know I've been around, and this is like one of the amongst the only sectors that like you're gonna be able to be yourself. But it's just sad to see people are so selfish, they're so envious, and they're so greedy
Okay,
that they would rather sacrifice their subscribers, their supporters, and the people that they have known for years for their own personal benefit. Like
okay.
and the thing I'm starting to see that the world is becoming that. And maybe it's
Yeah.
like a right now moment. Maybe I
Mhm,
know too much right now. Like
mhm.
and what I'm saying, I know maybe I see too much right now because I am an empath. I'm a very spiritual person. And maybe like and it's just like I don't, like I just don't like it's like not just the beef sector, the world, the state of the black community, because
Okay,
we're selling out ourselves.
okay.
We're
You
not
are,
paying, we're around here, they arguing
you are.
while we got stuff going on amongst ourselves.
Yeah, QI, sweetheart. I don't want to cut you off, and I know you're passionate about that. And I really do want to, I really want you to, you know, reevaluate what's holding you back and go on your channel because it's plenty of people who wants to hear, and I will support you as well. Now, what happens is QI, you get a little long-winded, baby, and you lose people and I can't tell you because when you told me you had ADHD and PSTD, I know exactly where you're coming from when it gets to the ADHD and the Asperger's. You said you had all that going on, so
Well, I
I
don't have
see.
Asperger's.
Okay, well
I don't have
ADHD.
Asperger's.
Okay, ADHD, right, and PSTD. I see where you're going, and I can see how that affects you. But two, you have to be mindful too that when you approach a panel, and I'm not just talking about over here, and you do want to talk your talk, you would have to be amongst people that's on that same page. People over here, when you go into different areas, I notice you focus on one thing, and people with ADHD, that's how they are. They
Hyper
focus
focus.
and they hyper focused on one thing and you don't let it go. And so what I'm saying to you is everybody is not going to think you're their cup of tea. They're not going to like your style, but you will grow organically with people who connect with you. But you can't go on other platforms. You can't stand people chat talking about they coming after the LGBT, they breaking down the black woman, they doing this because every platform is not there for that. And then that content creator will get upset with you and then the chat will become upset with you and then you'll feel rejected. I just have a lot of patience because I've worked many years in that field, so I know. But let's let Lady Tia in. Hey Lady Tia, how are you, baby? Thanks for
Hi,
joining
Miss
me.
T. Hi, everybody on the panel. Can y'all hear me?
Yes we
Okay, so
can.
I came up, I wanted to ask QI two questions. The first question, I see that you do type a lot that they're following you, they're blackballing you, and I was trying to figure out because I had never seen anybody blackball in the sector. I mean, people would say certain things or try to use keywords that really never happens or whatever. But why do you keep saying that you are blackballed when we see you around? You have your opinions in chats. What do you mean by you're blackballed?
Okay, that's seeing me around is part of my fight. Let me explain right quick. Okay, so when I first came back, right, I went over, like I had been over to the Mo 3 sector way before a lot of these people had been over there, and I was treated fine. I'm treated fine or whatever because they didn't know anything about the B sector, and I never told them anything about that. On site April and different people went over there, and they like spread a lot of narratives. So a lot of people started associating me with VS when I wasn't a person that did all the bad stuff, and the people who did the bad stuff were amongst the people working behind the scenes. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and it's for the purpose of staying in control. It's really not just against me. It's just that I'm one of the prime. I'm one of the prime targets or whatever, but they work behind the scene or whatever. Basically, and and then they troll. They call it deep trolling, where like if they find out, just like I had been over to Nessus for a minute before On-Site Apron them came over there. Remember, On-Site Apron them came over there when they went to Miami. But before then, I had been over there. My only issue was this heat, which wasn't really a big issue. But then when On-Site Apron them come, next thing I know, here come Lesbianas. And see, y'all have to know the history behind that. And I never met her, I never talked to her. Like if she had approached me in a better manner, maybe we could be cooler friends. But it was the manner in which she approached me, saying that I wasn't a real stud, and then also like threatening my life. You threatening my life. So it's like, you know, um,
Are you saying
it's
are
a
you
lot of
are you saying
it's a
people
lot of them.
come around and then bring up some stuff that happened in the past, and that's what makes
Yeah, I was on
that's
Binary Coast the other day. I was on Binary Coast the other day with MBK, if he's still in the chat. And I was just sort of like trying to give a better perspective of some things. And Jadon came up and joined me. And then here comes Brianna coming up here and trying to, why are you doing this when she sat there and told, I've never mind, because I advocate against people who have been violated as a child. I've always told that I don't have no shame. I've done it. I tried to advocate for programs to help, more therapy, specific therapy programs for people like that because they don't have any for that. But here comes Brianna, and she has to let these men know this.
is this something you
You
ever
know,
shared? Did you share that on YouTube at
I
any time?
did, I did, but it was my choice to share, not
And
hers. And she
okay,
was doing it in a malicious fashion.
Okay.
And I had to let her, like I had to let, this is 4 years I've been going through this with Brianna. And then you keep hearing people, oh, I'm
Well,
so proud of her. Oh, I'm jealous. People are jealous. No,
one question,
she doesn't
QI.
deserve anything that she has right now. She didn't work for it.
But
She
you
like,
can't
I
say
don't
that,
like crabs in
QI,
a barrel.
QI. You
My
QI, just
can't
bad,
say
my bad. Let me get off. Let me get off because I am
no, no.
emotional
I
and I
want to ask
don't
you
get
a
to
question.
express it.
I want to ask you a
that.
question. I want to ask you a
Right.
question. When
Go ahead.
did you at that moment did you take the opportunity to just simply say, listen, my however you want to put it, story is mine to tell, not yours. Why don't you talk about some of your childhood trauma that had you the size that you were? That see you, I mean, that was your story to tell.
Yeah,
Surely
that's
she
my
has some
problem. I
stories to
can't.
tell
Yeah,
Okay.
that put her in the trauma where she ate like she ate. See, so
Chronic feel.
QI,
mhm,
you need bullet points. You need precise bullet points about the things that you're going to talk about. You need to write it down, the subject, and you need some bullet points. And if you need to one, two, three, those bullet points, because you have something to offer people.
Right.
You just
Right.
hear me say that she called me a B because I said on that panel that I have real content. See, that's the threat. Real content
mhm,
is the threat, QI. Work on your real
mhm.
content.
Right.
and and so are
Don't be so concentrated and talking about
Hold on.
all this other
Mhm.
stuff that doesn't matter. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and so
Right. That's
are
what
you?
I'm trying to say.
I'm
But
sorry, Miss T.
but may
I
I
was gonna
also say,
say,
You know,
QI, did you not also shame, let's be honest, for her situation also? Because I did see y'all the other day
see,
shaming her for her
see,
situation. You gotta be fair.
see?
You gotta be, yeah, you were in that chat
Okay.
when they were going
Okay.
in on
Let's
her. I saw you now.
No, no.
And because I was
no.
disgusted by it all.
Okay.
But
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Okay.
Give her a chance, QI. Hold on, QI. No, no, no. Please give her a
Okay.
chance. Cause see, she done seen some stuff we haven't.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
saying me too. Okay, baby. Go ahead, 313.
I'm saying the other day, let's be honest, kind of shared her situation. And when she shared her story, she was attacked by this heat and J Dunn also, and QI was right along with them in the chat and talked to her,
No,
told
no,
her
no.
she QI,
But
I saw it now.
Go ahead, go
You told her
ahead.
she
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
a
I'm
true
go ahead, go
lesbian
ahead.
also. You told her she wasn't a true lesbian also. And I'm like, why is everybody, then you wonder why people attack the studs? Y'all attack each other and
mm,
bring each other down.
mm,
I mean, for real, let's just
mm.
be real and honest. It's a couple in the sector
Okay.
that really do carry themselves well, but for the most part, every time you get on panel, the ones we see attack one
Yeah.
another, it act irate.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you so
Now
much,
me and
Pam.
Jay Dunn, me and
Wait,
Jay
hold on.
Dunn for the last wait, me and Jay Dunn for the last 3 years, we've been getting along with all the lesbians and all the studs. Remember, I started the L panel, and that was so that because gay guys had an opportunity to say, to tell their stories or whatever. So I started the L panel after I realized that a lot of people didn't understand a lot of things with Jay Dunn and BB Nice, right? All right. So like I did let's be honest, came and initiated attacking me. Remember, I had never talked to her before. I knew about her. I knew about her history. I could have said the same things that Jay Dunn said that day, but I didn't because
Wait a
I
minute.
wasn't
Wait
there.
a minute.
I
Wait
wasn't
a minute.
there.
Wait a minute,
Wait, hold up.
QI.
No, I have to. No, no,
That
no. I
we
gotta
want to
defend
no
myself.
no.
I have to completely defend myself because this is a problem. Y'all spread narratives, and that's not the appropriate chronological order. And a lot of times when I do it, it's in response to what they've done to
Mm.
me. It was in
Well,
response. Let's be honest. Threatened my life.
Hey, Ronnie
She
Q.
threatened my
you
life. She came after
okay?
me. She's been
Okay.
behind the scenes for four
We're
years
clear.
with Onside
Okay.
April,
We're
stalking,
clear.
harassing me, calling me
Okay.
ugly, and things of that nature,
We're
taking
clear.
period panty and other things over
Okay,
to other
okay, hold
sectors.
on, hold
So
on.
Okay.
you
Time out,
can't
time out,
tell me.
time out.
So
Let her
then
We're
get done.
clear. We're
when I
clear.
do try to defend myself, I'm still to blame, and that's the problem that I'm having with
Wait a
people.
minute.
Y'all always try to
I
blame me for what these other
I
people are doing.
Okay, hold on,
QI.
y'all. Time out. I got to gain control of this because what I'm not going to do, we're not going to victim shame. They were
Yeah.
saying she was telling you facts. Hold on, RQ. She was telling you facts, QI, that some things you said warranted a response from people. You can't now listen. Don't get to yelling, y'all. Let me control this shit right quick. You can't go around saying things that's insulting and offending to other people and don't expect you to get a different to get what you get in response. Now, the lady just super chats at me and said they were having a conversation on Cole's panel talking about their offense of SA. Let's use SA. And you decided to say something. You attacked the lady on Cole's panel. So now listen, you can't cry victim, baby. And we never go victim shame over here. You got to take your accountability and responsibility of what you said to ignite this behavior from someone else. Go ahead, Ronnie Q.
Wait, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Can
because
please let me?
wait a
No,
minute, it's
wait,
my
please.
turn. It's my turn. Wait a minute.
Oh my
No,
God.
no, no. Just wait. It's my turn. She called me.
I didn't
So
initiate it.
QI,
I didn't
Okay,
initiate it.
Q,
okay, okay.
Q,
You in defense mode. So hold
QI,
on, RQ. Let me get a hold to this shit. You in defense mode,
QI.
baby. We're
Okay.
not, we're not picking on you. We just telling you sometimes the situations that you're in can allow things to happen to you.
But
You don't have
I still
oh,
haven't been
are
able
you
to
gonna let me talk?
explain.
Are you gonna let me talk? And then I'm gonna give you the
But
floor.
y'all have not let me fully explain
I'm
why
not,
I
I'm
did it
going
and the
to
way I did it. All y'all did was try to make it seem like I did something bad because Brianna came up there and made it bad. But I even said the point is she can't sit there and say I'm a stud. Just I'm not a stud because I didn't come out to 28 and different things when she has a whole child. I made
yeah,
the complete point, and it wasn't
yeah,
lesbian bashing. She lesbian bashed me first. So
okay,
yes, I can defend myself. And no, I didn't initiate it. And then before you tell me
Okay.
something, you need to say something about what she did. And that's the problem. I always get blamed for what these other people. Y'all don't see nothing that they doing, nothing that they do to me.
okay,
But the mere fact when
okay.
I come out and defend myself, it's a
Mhm.
problem. Then I have to
Okay.
hold
Well,
all this stuff
QI,
in, and I'm weak. Then I'm weak.
Let
But then if I hold it in and I get to going,
it
and
go.
she threatened me like she threatened me. If I just say my PTSD kicks in, and I
Yeah.
decide, and I hold all this stuff in, and I decide to do it another way because everybody wants to pinpoint me as the blame.
Okay. I hear you, baby. Go ahead. Okay, QI.
yeah,
Let me tell you
yeah,
something. You fine. We hear you. Go ahead, Ronnie Q. Let Ronnie Q say something. Go ahead.
no, yeah. See, because I wasn't there, I was going on what you said, and
Mm,
then that came up in the chat. So, I
right.
just want you to understand that if you told your story is always
Mhm.
your story. No one can tell your story. If you didn't come out until yesterday, and you are who you are, nobody can take who you are away from you. So
Right.
what I'm getting is that some SA came into effect with,
Mhm.
let's be honest, and that's the reason why she has a son. So
Mm,
were you so just because that happened to her, you cannot then say, well, compare you guys' sexuality. And based on her being SA, both of you guys are who you are, and it is unnecessary. That is an unnecessary debate, especially playing in uh
a
the way
victim.
that she has her
Hmm.
son.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
so
But if you come
QI.
out here,
QI, let Ronnie Q finish up. Let's take a time out because QI, I want to say this, and I'm going to say this with the best way I know how. You've been rocking with me. You know I'm fair. This is from love. You are so angry, so defensive because you feel some type of way. I can't sit here and say, your back history, but you're taking down the wrong people. We are here
I'm
supporting you.
not trying to take it out on anyone.
You gonna let me talk? God damn. I don't want to be rude, baby. Let me tell you something. We're not here to harm you. We're here to help you and try to listen, to hear you out. So please just calm down some and let people, I'm never gonna let anyone to be re-victimized, victim shame or anything. I don't rock like that. Everyone up here is saying, hey, do what you need to do so you can take your channel to its full potential. But you gotta stop these blocks, baby. That's all we saying. Go ahead, Q. Ironic Q. Let it go for a minute. Go ahead. But I can see. Go ahead.
What I'm saying, like this is what you're not getting. I
Oh,
Let's be honest, came on Nest panel. I never been around her. I wasn't a part of TSCC when she was a part of TSCC. I know about the her and and so like when she stepped on the panel, she was like, "Let J Dunn nor QI are studs." And
oh,
so like, and then Ness asks her, "Why do you say QI is not a stud?" And then she says, "Because QI didn't come out until she was 28. I went to college. I was busy educating myself and different things of that nature." So I let that go. I
oh.
let that go. You go back to the live stream when she first come out, and you will see it.
I don't even want
Then
to.
I went on mute. I went on mute, and I said, "I'm gonna just listen," because I know that they've been stalking me for 4 years. So then she threat. Then Then she threatens me and both Jay Dunn.
Okay.
My question was, why are you threatening Jay Dunn? And then I had to let her know, well, you're gonna have to pull up, and if you pull up, then
Okay.
I'm going to defend myself. You know what I'm saying?
Of
I have a
And
course.
question
so
for you, Missy.
she started that, right? She started that, and then every time she goes on Lemons, and then her and Lemon are in conjunction with each other. They're in conjunction with Brianna. They're in conjunction with Tracy. And this is what y'all don't see. To get next to me, this is what
Oh,
y'all don't see. She come. What else is she doing out here, sitting on panels, coming? I don't like certain people. Well, go sit down somewhere. I'm a content creator. All I'm doing is trying to network and be a content creator. And you come out here to bother me because of something that happened 4 years ago. And I've said that. So I'm not taking the blame for that. And then when I did say what I said on binary codes,
Huh?
because they brought it up, because
What
Jay
did you
Dunn
say?
initiated. Wait. Jay Dunn initiated the conversation.
Okay.
Jay Dunn was the one that brought up what
What did
happened
you
to her in
say?
the past.
What did you say?
Basic,
But what did
basically,
you say? What did you say?
basically, basically, I started breaking down to them. I was like, in our community,
No. What did
we,
you say? What did you
that's what
say?
I'm about to. I'm trying
What
to
did you
say
say?
that now. I'm trying to
Wait,
say
wait.
that now.
QI, is that your
What
mic
I
or
said, what
you
I said
sound
was, what I said was, in our community, a lot of people who are not people who are bisexuals, bisexual, they are they claim to be studs. A lot of times we're used to them coming out saying that when they get pregnant and they have a child, that this is what happens when in actuality they are bisexual. They are bisexual. So I'm breaking down to them that and then I also told them this is why y'all should not be covering things in our sector, because of the simple
Okay.
fact that you don't know what all it comprises of, especially when, and then I had to tell Brianna, this is why I hate when heterosexual people get up and make commentary on what happens, because it's not your experience. Because Brianna she
hold
doubled
on,
down
QI.
on you're not
QI,
a stud.
hold
She
on.
doubled down on you're not a
QI,
stud, blah 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 blah. Is anybody gonna say anything to
QI. I asked you to hold up a minute because I want this removed from my chat. Can Mr. Kev, can you please remove that last comment when you have the R word in there? Please remove that out my chat. Thank you. Hold on. QI muted you. No. Please. We're just trying to have a conversation. You yelling too much, baby. Please just calm down. We're not here against you. We're here for you, trying to see where you're coming from, but you're so defensive, and I see why to a certain extent. But you always have to tell your part. What did you do? And please stop yelling. Take it down a notch,
my
okay?
bad?
All right, baby. Oof, go.
T, I
I'm
did want
beginning
to
to
But
ask
I
you
some
something.
but
Go ahead,
I
baby.
broke it down. I broke it down that we always hear, like, there are a lot of women who, like, I don't sleep with men. Like, when I came out, I came out. I never slept with a man. I know who I was. I took my time to
Okay.
make sure of who I am. That's why it took me 28 years to do so, because I was focused on other things. I was raised traditional. I was
Yeah.
raised in a Christian background with ministers and different things like that. So it wasn't easy to come out. And then I'm 53. So at that time, it wasn't easy to come out. And those are some of the things that I explained to them. And I also
Okay.
explained that's why they shouldn't be doing commentary. Then after Brianna got up there and then further want to lesbian bash me by saying, I stand on that you're a bisexual and blah, blah, blah. And I said, that's why I hate when heterosexuals like, try to give commentary on things that they haven't experienced. Brianna turned that narrative into that. I said the whole point, Brianna, is the fact that the whole point is she can't be saying who is who and who is not who just simply because I came out at 28. She can't be saying that I'm not a lesbian when, she has situations in her life as well that would cause to be in question. So there was
Right.
nothing bad about
That, that,
that, and that wasn't a bash. It was simply saying that she can't be sitting, just like
That's
she
your
can sit there
choosing.
and say, because
can
I'm
I can
28,
I come
I
in?
didn't come out till I was
Can I come in?
28. I can
Hold on.
sit there and say,
Can I
Okay.
you
come
have
in?
a child.
Give me a minute. Okay, Q, I take a break.
Okay.
Go ahead. Well, wait,
Take
hold on. Welcome to the
QI.
panel, Ms. Cruiser.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Go ahead, Ronnie Q. Because see, go
QI.
ahead, Ronnie Q.
I'm not gonna I'm not bashing you. I don't think that I think
Right.
that maybe if you don't want people who don't understand what it is to be uh in the lifestyle that you live, I don't think that you should discuss your lifestyle with people who you already know who don't understand you or are not trying to understand you. But let me say this, QI, just the way you wanted to equate the fact that you chose, your choice was to come out at the age of 28, does not negate that you should not have compared that to someone who had been SA'd, in my opinion. That's what I have to say
Right.
about that. And I'm not bashing you.
I have been
No,
essayed
no,
as
no.
well, and I
Wait a
chose
minute.
to come out at 28 to
Okay.
make sure that
QI,
I wasn't
QI.
choosing that
QI.
lifestyle because of that.
QI.
Okay, QI, hold on. There's other people on the panel. We get what you're talking about. Let me tell you something. One thing about me, I listen to hear. I hear where you coming from, and I hear some deep rooted stuff, but we're not here for that. But I just want you to know this was all about you. And I'm going to leave this S8 thing alone, this 8 thing alone. But this was all about you being who you are on your platform. That's what this was about. You can't come on here playing victim and just hold up and saying everybody's following you, everybody's attacking you. When these women on this panel have not done sort, and it feel like your defense is just pouring, and I get it, but you have to settle down and listen because we're here saying you have content. We like your content. We will support you, but you're lashing out at us because you're in such a defense mode. And that's just not how it's going to be. Just relax a little bit. Welcome to the panel, Miss Cruiser. Who was next
I
to
was
say
like,
something?
"Well, Miss Cruiser."
Okay, go ahead, Lady Tia.
So
Go
I
ahead,
this
baby.
is this actually a question for everybody on the panel, channel
Okay,
holders or not. So
okay.
is this a good example of why people don't show or express things that
Yeah.
that are personal in their life in this area because of situations like this? Because she shared that story before, and as you see, it is something that is coming back to become a negative towards her. So the people
Yeah.
on the panel, how do y'all feel about that, sharing stuff, personal stuff in your life in this particular area? How do y'all feel about it, and why would you or why not?
I'll let I'm glad that's a great question, and I'm gonna go in order. Unless Miss Cruiser, do you want to jump in? Because I want to ask that question because that's the reason why we can't heal. That's part of the reason why we are continuing to be part of the problem and not the solution. But Miss Cruiser, do you want to jump in and say anything before we start answering the question that was posed by Lady Tia?
Hey, ladies, thank you for letting me come up.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cruiser.
I'm gonna answer that question in order, but let me say this real quick before we answer the question.
Okay.
And QI, please hear me. It's hard whenever you want to have higher thinking, higher thoughts, higher conversations, okay? And you want people to hear you on that level. They expect for you to think higher, think elevated. So when somebody says something to you, and because they say something to you, you've got to defend yourself and say something back. Even though you have every right to do that, it's hard to hear a person like, I'm not going to come to you for a more elevated conversation because to
Mm,
me, you're not there yet. Because when
mm.
you're there, then you can let those things fly by because getting them back and defending myself is not what I'm here for. I'm here for this more elevated, inspiring, eye-opening, thought-provoking conversation. So you sometimes you have to give up the right to defend yourself if you want to be heard, because we are human beings. We're not going to hear you like that.
Okay, now I understand today I'm a little
Great
bit on
point.
the defensive
Great
because
point.
it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But when I was having that conversation that particular day that everybody is trying to say that I bashed her instead of looking at the fact that she initiated, and the point that I was making is she could not do like she did me that way and she shouldn't do me that way. Let's reverse it. Let's reverse it. She shouldn't have came out there to me doing me that way. And that was the point that I was making to them, that she should not have came. Just like the other point was, she's like, everybody was like taking her side. You know, every like Cole and them, they were looking at, oh well, bad Jay Dunn, but they don't look at it like the fact that when Jay Dunn's mom, like when the funeral situation and stuff like that, and Jay Dunn had to relive that. Let's be honest, was a part of that. So let's be honest is not a good
Is Let's
person,
Be
and she
Honest
does
trying to
not have.
get people to have thought-provoking thoughts and come to their channel so they can listen to her in a high
Right,
elevated
but
conversation?
listen,
If the
No,
I
answer
no,
to
got
that is
you.
no, it don't matter what she
No, no,
did.
no.
It matter what
But
your
see,
response
but
was.
I was just about to sum it up, Miss Cruiser.
no,
So
baby. Sum
the
it
But
up.
QY,
code.
you're
Wait,
talking
how?
to,
See, that's like
but
I had one
QY,
more sentence.
you're talking to
I had
answer
one.
back.
Oh
You're
my
not
God.
listening. You're not listening. You're talking to
No,
answer
I was
back.
explaining, but y'all
And
not
I
getting this
was there.
part.
I was there at Codes that day too. Okay. So you have turned this panel into about you. And QI, you know
Mm.
I
No, no,
like
I'm
you.
not
But
trying
Q
to.
no,
I'm
you're
not
Hold
not
on,
trying.
you
I'm
all.
listening. You're still not listening.
Hold
Oh
on.
my
Hold on.
God.
But
And
what
Hold
I'm
maybe
on.
I
saying
shouldn't
to
even
you,
be here because this is
No,
it's
re-traumatizing
not,
me.
hold on.
about
Oh, wait, hold
it's
on.
not about
If
nobody
wait,
showing you
Jamila,
not
Because
no
I've
Jamila,
love.
been blamed
time
for.
out.
I've been
Time
just
out. Hold
blamed
on.
for. Like, do
Hold
y'all see how
on.
many things y'all have blamed me for, and I've
No,
still
no,
not
wait,
gotten my
hold on.
1 point
Hold
out.
on, QI. Hold on. I'm about to mute you. Listen, you said something just now that was triggering for me, y'all. And I'm gonna let this go. QI, I want you to step down off the panel. Much love to you. I'm not mad at you, but you said something, and that gives me the cue to let this go. We can still answer the questions, but once someone tells me this is my livelihood, that this is re-traumatizing or re-triggering. I don't care if they playing the victim or not. I don't want that shit up here. I don't never want to be held accountable or
Hmm.
responsible for anything. So let her go. Now, thank you, Jamila. You came up. I believe you came up to see exactly what you saw what happened. But I'm gonna leave that and let's go to the question. Go ahead and answer the question that was asked by Lady Tia. We're gonna take it from there. When somebody tell me that, that's my cue to let her go now, right now. She's always welcome back, y'all. Don't get it wrong, but that was my cue. You'll never get me caught up into no bullshit, especially when I'm here for you, trying to support you, trying to get people to understand you. And because you are just listening to rebuttal and not here, no, no, no. We won't have that. Go ahead.
And the question again, ladies, was hearing certain stuff that we're hearing someone have expressed their own personal things that happen in their lives that may be, bothersome, trauma, or triggering. Is it okay, or would you share anything? It don't have to be traumatizing. What would you share personal things about your life in this area? Why and or why not?
When you say this area, do you mean the B sector?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't share it. And I wouldn't share it because it's going to come back at you when you're doing roasting and gagging, and it's going to come back at you in ways that it could trigger you. So, no, I wouldn't.
Go ahead. 313. That's in rotation. Sorry.
That's
313. Go
okay.
ahead.
I
Go
would
ahead.
not share it on here. I feel that this is not the place. This is not the proper place to share information such as that. No one on here is a counselor. We do have counselors, but they're not licensed to diagnose you on here. No, and because this is B sector, and she's been on here long enough to
Mm.
know that how they doing on this in this sector. This is just not the place. They don't care about dragging your dead mama, so they don't. They really don't care about anything. So no, this is not the place.
Go ahead, Ronnie Q.
No, not at all. No, not at all. There's a different level of a different level of immaturity uh, in the beef sector, and this is not the place for that type of conversation. And if I'm not saying you can't do it, but don't expect for it to not be thrown in your face or twisted and lied about what you said, and this is what some people in the beef sector are, are pros at.
Go ahead, Jamila. Oh, Jamila, you answered. Miss Cruiser, please answer that question, and I'll answer last.
Okay. So just what 313 and Ronnie Q just said. Um, I will not share anything that I can't handle if it's thrown back in my face as a beef. The beef sector is just that. That's the brand. It's a beef sector. I don't, and y'all hear me say this all the time. I don't go in a beef burger place expecting vegan. I expect just what is given here. I know what's here. So no, I would not. And something that 313 said. There are licensed therapists, certified therapists, and stuff in this area, but there's a responsibility that goes with that. And you can lose your license, you can be sued. So this is not the place to try to help people on a certain level. This is not the place to share those type things. And so, Miss T, I'm so glad that you handled that way, because my hand was going towards that red X when she said that.
Oh no, believe me. I told you what I deal with this for a living, and that's not going to change the fact that I like QI. And I think when people ask me why am I so patient, because I do deal with a lot of stuff in real life, and I see her hurt, I see her pain, and a lot of people are like QI here, y'all. And you can tell they go in defense mode because they haven't dealt with their trauma, whatever the trauma is, they haven't dealt with it. And they somehow think this is the place to come, which I will never, ever come down here, because I already know what the beef sector gives. They're looking for bad things. They're looking to continue to degrade, break you. That's what they do over here. Any aspect of your life you share with them, you share on your own, and it's an open book. But the thing is, you can't play victim either when you're out here doing the same thing. Several people in this chat had alerted me to include Jamila was about to come and put it in perspective that QI said some things as well. And now she's playing victim. I never wanted to hear about no SA, no 8 victims. Y'all know what they are. I didn't want to hear any of that. I was trying to support this lady in becoming strong, going on her journey to do her channel, and people will come. But because she in such a defense mode and she hasn't dealt with her trauma, she wanted to include us. And that's okay, y'all. Everyone needs someone to talk to, but not here in the B sector. Not to a degree where you tried to turn it around, and maybe she wasn't knowledgeable of it, to making us, who's up here trying to support her, making us seem like we are re-victimizing her. And that we are triggering her and traumatizing, re-traumatizing. That won't take place here. Never, ever. And that's where I had the problem, and I let her go. She's not ready for it. She's not even ready for the conversation, because it wasn't even about what happened with her. Let's be honest. We all was telling her, hey, listen, you have great content to offer. People will come. You so stuck on what people are doing to you that you can't even create self-love and the power within yourself to promote your own page and do your thing. And for that alone, I had to let QI down, not because I have anything. She's welcome back. I have anything against her. She's welcome to come back, but not on this day and not with that attitude. So you guys know that took me out.
I
Y'all
was
know.
trying to.
Can I say something real quick concerning
Absolutely.
concerning supporting people's page? The beef sector is what it is, and for the most part, we come here for entertainment. I won't say that there's nobody in the beef sector that I would listen to outside of beef sector. Let me use an example. I'm going to use Ronnie Q for an example. I will go to Ronnie Q's page and listen to politics. I will go to Ronnie Q's page and listen to things that's going on in the world around us. You know why? Because Ronnie Q has proven herself that that not only does she have a passion about talking about those things, she's serious about talking about those things. Um, she's just proven herself. So I trust to be there. I know she's gonna give us a little bit of. Okay, I'm gonna maybe start out with a little bit of beef and give y'all a little bit of that to, work up the crowd, and then we're gonna go into something more important, something more serious. You can't just come out here and just shove it in our face and say here, but you don't show no responsibility with it. And I wish that I could find a way to get her to understand that, because actually I find QI, I do find that she is interesting to talk to. The things she talk about is needed to be talked about. But on the other side of that, she kind of stresses me a little bit. She stressed me a little bit because then she leaves you kind of worried about her. I don't have to worry about when I go over to Ronnie Q's and she's talking about politics and stuff. I don't leave there worried about Ronnie Q, because I know Ronnie Q is discussing it and is coming with a resolution and is make people come aware. But I'm okay. Does that make sense?
Of course. I have
I'm telling y'all, I got a little stressed out just now, y'all. I did. I really did. Please drop Miss Creole link, please. Somebody go get Miss Creole. She's a yeah. I got a little stressed out, you guys, just now because I saw what was happening, and I feel bad. But go ahead.
I got a question for you ladies. And it's kind of almost like bouncing off the town hall meeting. We was talking about it a little bit earlier. So, and bouncing off the triggering thing. What do you ladies do when it comes to something that may trigger you in the beef sector? How do y'all handle it? Do y'all remove yourselves? Do y'all make commentary about it to give your side of opinion, to point something out? How do y'all handle stuff that's maybe triggering that may also come from a personal place?
I go first. Just like this situation, y'all. Just like what happened. I just leave. I just left the conversation. If you don't like something, you don't have to support these people. I don't care what position they have in the beef sector or how long they've been here. Just leave. Don't make it a big deal. Just don't support them. And again, you have that liberty, you have that power, you have that control to do just that. And I'll yield my time. Go ahead, Ms. Speak the attorney.
I agree with you. I think it depends on the panel. If it's somebody that I'm cool with, I may just leave a comment. But for the most part, I'm going to leave because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I don't want to be upset, let that ruin my whole night. A lot of times when I'm watching the beef sector, I'm at work and it's nighttime, so I'm up. And I damn sure don't want to have that rattle me too when I get home and I'm ready to go to bed and I can't even go to sleep because I done acted a fool or been upset about what somebody said. So that's what I usually do.
Okay, so for instance, if something, I will leave, and then I may do a live concerning the subject matter and not include my experience in the subject matter. I did that earlier this year, but I made a mistake in coming out here and confiding in someone that my mother was in hospice. What is it? How you say it, T-Velocity? Hospice. Hospice. I have a hard time with words sometimes. And I asked them to not confide that in anyone. And then I went into a chat, and then someone gave me well wishes about my mother. And then it turned out later on, this same person who I confided in said F my dead mother on Mad Day. And this person has gone back to say how things have affected them and how somebody was talking about my dead mother and that made them so emotional without acknowledging that the things that they disparaging that they said about my mother. And not that alone, there have been many people who have tried to say things about my dead mother who lived a full and wonderful life. But the only thing, and see, that does not bother me. And it's just funny that they think that what they say about my mother's passing actually bothers me. And the only thing that, and what I feel is like, Well, you didn't kill her. So what you, I mean, what do you, what do you think that that does to me that you saying, it just says something about you. And I am like, know that my mother lived a fantastic life, and you're sitting up here talking about her as if you were the one who, made her meet her demise. So it is just, now, this is why I know that you cannot, share things that you have not reached a resolve about yourself. So, no, I would leave, and I may do a story on it that, other people can hear about, and let them have their own feelings, their own understanding, and let them know, hey, this type of thing is going on. So that's what I do. Thank you.
Mm, I don't want to sound so cold, but I don't get triggered. It's like watching TV. I look at everybody like characters at this point. So I really don't get triggered like that when here. That's it.
Sometimes when I watch TV, I get triggered. And when I watch TV and something trigger me, I turn it off or I change the channel. And that's the exact same thing I do here. I get the hell on. I change the channel.
That's true. It's a lot of stuff. And when they start talking certain ways, Jamila and Diva know, I say, no, I don't want to hear that shit. And I leave. I don't like when that, and I just leave. That's all you could do. Let me look at, let me address this right quick. At youngest, I know, no. I'm giving her grace right now. She couldn't finish a thought without being interrupted. Although the interruptions was good advice, she frustrated. Well, Miss Donna, let me just say this. I tried to give QI the floor to say what she want, and I heard her passion, I heard her hurt, and I heard some things coming out. I gave her that. But that this was not the place for that subject because that's not what we was talking about. In particular, we were talking about her getting on her channel, being free to be her and to ignore the people so she can grow and do what she know to do. So she got loud at sometimes, and I'm sitting back here and I'm taking it, and she, it looked like she had a little misguided anger, but it was also a mode of defense, and I get that. But I think we were very fair letting QI talk, and I would continue to let QI talk in case y'all, for those who missed it or the people in the back, however, when she made a certain statement, it is my job to protect myself and my channel. I asked her to drop down because I knew that what she said had triggered me. Okay. So we did give QI a chance. She's welcome to always talk. But what's even better and more powerful if she go on her channel and tell her story. To be honest with you, to go on her channel and tell her story uninterrupted and without questions being asked, so people could hear her, since she says she doesn't get a fair play at it. But if that's what you was talking about, ma'am, and I could be wrong, I think I gave her a lot of time to talk, and we didn't always interrupt her, but we tried to get her back on track. Okay. Who's next? Lady Tia, that was a good question.
Oh, and I agree. Yeah, I'm sorry. People be telling me I be asking all the questions, but I wanted to add on to it. I do agree when it comes to what it is. I think a lot of people, and some won't say it. They do when they've been around a beef sector for a long time and they start up a channel. They expect people to be there, and you just
Yeah.
not really talking about what people want to hear. And it don't necessarily have to be about beef because we are all types of thinking people in the beef sector. I like mess, but I like educational stuff and all of that. If somebody strike up a live about something educational that hits me, I'm going. If they talk about some politics that hits me, I'm going. I think people sell themselves short, and when they don't see the 2 and 3 and 500 people in their chat because they're not doing mess, they feel like the sector ain't supporting them. And people just need to
Yeah.
understand that is not how this works. You're going to have, don't you want your own audience? You build your own audience on what you got going on your channel, not by what you've been around people and you expect them to be around because you done seen them all of these years. No, whatever speak your mind. I want people to respect me for my mind. And it's shameless plug. I am starting my own channel. but I want to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. And if people don't want to hear about it, that's their business. Guess what? I'm going to like it because I'm doing something that I like to do. And if 5 people come, 2 people come, 200 people come, that's cool with me. I'm actually doing something that I want to do. And if you're going to do it for yourself because that's what you want to do. We all got our own minds and we should be able to express ourselves. We're on a platform where we can express our minds. If people don't see your mind or have opinions about your mind, don't get mad if they give an opinion that is not the same as yours. But go ahead and speak your mind. That's what the app is for. Speak your mind. I agree about not sharing the personal stuff in this area. I don't have a problem with people doing it though. I just think in certain areas it shouldn't be done because of how people have shown through over the years what they would do with it. Yes, people can stand it and say, I still show my children, and you can't say nothing negative. But
Mm.
at some point, it'll hurt somebody say something negative about your babies. It just would. And we're only human. It probably wouldn't hurt before, but if you got a few people, more than a few people saying something negative, it don't matter that you know your children and all these things. It still can hurt. It still can bother you at some point. But all I'm saying for QI, she's not giving her own self a chance. She's standing in her own way because she's expecting people to come there because she's been
Yeah.
around so long. Just do
Mhm.
your thing. If it is about politics, if it is about the stud stuff, it you got an audience for that. It may not be big now, but just put in the time. That's all I learned from the beef sector. Put in your time.
And
Exactly.
also
Stephanie,
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to add that QI was so I'm not trying to uh, I'm not trying to beat up on QI, but you have to be honest, and if you're going to tell a story, you have to tell the whole story honestly. I'm glad that other people were, there to fill in, to flesh out that whole story for us. And we were looking one way, and then turn out that we didn't see the broader picture of the whole story. So I thank you guys for that information. And QI didn't even stay around. I wanted to tell her, which is something that I'm going to start doing as well. You may want to start putting hashtags about the content of what you're going to talk about in your description box, because that helps, generate other people who may not be in the algorithm to come hear what you're talking about based on the things that you hashtag in the description box as well. So you can pull in people who are interested in what you are going to talk about that way as well, QI.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate all y'all. Don't go anywhere. I want to wrap this back around. And it is Donna Hughes. I know I did focus on your comment. And it is sometimes easier for people to talk one on one with people. Um, Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. We held this panel. It wasn't about that. And she decided to say an incident that happened, and so that prompted us to talk about something else. It wasn't directly attached to that Pacific, SA, whatever conversation, wherever. That's not what this is about. So a lot of times, if you bring something out, you have to meet people where they are. She brought it out here. We didn't have any idea about it. That's not what we was talking about. So she made the decision to bring it on the platform. We decided that we would just give her encouraging words and stuff like that. And it turned a little different than what I would have liked when I want to talk to somebody. But again, she brought that, what happened here. We weren't even talking about that. So a lot of times I have to let it roll. But if I see that it gets out of control and it feels like someone's being attacked or we are attacking someone, then I have to change directions. And that's what I did. You either understand it or you don't. She may feel that way, but she in such a defense mode, she brought that up. We were telling her to go and create her channel and be great. People will come. You grow organically. Let me just say this, Ronnie Q has had some difficult days with a lot of people. Ronnie Q will go back and forth with him. She still held strong. She still held strong without going to the people who she think that would have made her grow. She sat there and grew her on her own. Mz.Teavalocity, she like a lot of people, right? She likes a lot of people. She support people. They don't always support me, but again, I came over here and decided that I will stand on my own no matter what, and I will continue to grow. Miss Cruiser, she does her own thing, even though sometimes she go with her people and she on platforms. We all do it a little different. And Jamila and 313, I'm excluding y'all. But here's what I'm trying to say. You just have to go be great on your own and grow on your own. We can't hold people's hands. But if you come up here and present something to us, we are at liberty to talk about it. And that's exactly just what happened. Maybe it didn't go the way that unapologetically QI wanted it to go, but it went the way, just the way it was supposed to go, because it happened. And when things happen, you deal with it at that time. So I just say, go and be great, QI. You can go to your platform and tell your story, and people will come over there to hear. That's what will start your channel. How did you deal with it? What goes on with you on a daily basis? What came out of it? But everybody is not going to accept it. Okay. Everybody is not going to accept it, and everybody, but I always want you to go and be great. I've always enjoyed your content, but I see a little bit where you was just unraveling here. And I was telling you, QI, don't worry about those people. So that's it. Ladies, go ahead. You got another question? Well, let me ask y'all about the town hall meeting, because all of y'all attended the town hall meeting, include myself, and I fell asleep. Now, I mentioned earlier that these gentlemen came over here, and I know Cruz and I had a conversation about it before. I think my last live, and for some reason, you guys don't like these gentlemen over. Again, if you not part of the problem, you part of the solution. What exactly would you do, Miss Cruiser, to combat people that you don't care about from coming over here if you are not willing to accept new people over in the B sector? What offended you the most, and what would you do to combat that?
Well, those guys coming over, I can't say that anything offended me because I honestly haven't heard any. I think today I seen those guys for the very, very first time, and that was over on YouTube Cameras page or somebody like that. So I can't say they offended me. I just wasn't interested in new people. So it wasn't that they did anything wrong nor right. I just wasn't interested. So that's pretty much what I did. I don't go hear them. I don't go watch. I stay. I go to the places where I do want to listen and watch.
Okay. Okay.
From a subscriber, I'm gonna go from a subscriber because I'm not a content creator yet.
No,
But
no, 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 don't leave. Subscribers are welcome to this.
well,
You
from my point of view,
ain't no need of
um,
running now, Tia.
I ain't running. No, I'm saying, well, from my point of view, um, it's already enough of new people that we're looking at and where they come from and how this is and how that is. To hear about a group of people coming over at one time, I guess it was the group versus one person just coming out of nowhere. When you got a group of people and another person saying, I follow him over here and he followed me over here. And then they get on the panel and say, oh, I was sent the link to come over here. It's like, who's sending y'all these links? What is going on? Like, it just seems like there's some type of and I hate to use words like ambush and takeover and stuff like that. It just seems like there's some type of a motive. For one,
Motivated.
there's a motive for a reason, and we've always had this protective of the B sector, that people know that there is a lot of money in the B sector because we come from all walks of life. No matter how messy we like to see it, we still have careers, jobs, owners, business owners, and all that in the B sector. So it always was been about people coming over here because they see numbers. And yes, we can all been around YouTube and say we see more numbers than we see in the beef sector. Yes, that is true. But at the end of the day, in this area, um, there's a little protection there, and it's like, what y'all coming over here for? And you was talking earlier about the money thing. when it comes to that, is just not, it's just human nature that people would see that if someone is sending somebody $500, $200, $300 in a super chat, which YouTube is going to take 40% of that. I mean, that person not even going to get all the money. Why did you have to put it on the front scene unless you want it to be on the front
Mm,
scene? Or you want it to be seen, because you could have cash apped them and they would have got all that money. So it's almost like you want to be seen, and it gives off, well, why are you doing it like that? It's not about you giving the money to whoever you're giving the money to, because that's a come up for that CC. But at the end of the day, why are you
wow.
doing it that way?
Yep.
Is you trying to be seen? And if you're trying to be seen and you coming with a group of people, what is this all about? So
Mm.
that was my whole thing about it.
Yeah,
Everybody
we
don't
all.
use Cash App.
Huh?
Everybody don't use that. I know some people who don't use Cash App. Um, I said earlier, if somebody want to send me 70%, I sure take the 70%. But everybody don't use Cash App, and some people feel like you can dox them through Cash App.
That's true.
And
And
that's true.
I see that point as well, Miss Cruiser. I do, but I know a lot of times when if I send a super chat, I'm only sending it because I want that CC to see what I had to say. So I'm doing it to be seen in that moment because I have something specific I want to say. You got a lot of people in the chat. The chat may be moving fast. If I put a color on it, as Jay Wilson would say, you would see that. And so that's what I'm saying is that there's some type of attention there going with that, and then they turn around and say, "But I cash app too." So I mean, you're doing both, but you know, that's all my thing was with the new people. I don't know where they come from, and in the sector, it is a lot of straight men coming over, and I'm a woman, and I love a man. When it comes to the straight men, and it's gay men over here, are you willing to mingle with the gay men over here, or what is going on? And I understand that Brianna and them have their own type of supporters, and they supporters may not all be gay, and they be straight women and all that stuff like that. But are you coming over here as a group to mingle with everybody, or you have a certain people that you want to mingle with, and then now all of a sudden I'm seeing you everywhere on everybody's panel? So now it's like a tour thing going on at this point.
And they,
Because that's
yeah.
everywhere. They're on everybody's panel. Everybody in the beef sector that I be going to now, I'm seeing them. And it's like, what's going on?
I think that's where some of the side eyings come from. Damn, you just rolling up in here and a couple of y'all and y'all dropping money like that. You know, do you believe that is possible? And I'll start with you, Ronnie Q, because you didn't answer that. Do you think it's possible that somebody can infiltrate and take over a sector? I don't know. Ronnie Q may not be
I
there.
had to take myself off mute. I'm sorry. No, well, it appears that first it started with one person, and then there's a second person, and now we are all the way over to talking about someone from the passport bros being over here. The only problem that
What?
I have, yeah, the only problem that I have with the whole thing is I don't, some people, all money's not good money. I'll put it that way. And it doesn't seem like these men who have presented themselves, the first two for sure, are not fond of black women as a whole. So what I will say is, if you would notice, like what Lady Tia said, if you really wanted, okay, but you guys discussed the doxing possibly, but what I will say is that it started with one, and then every day there is another one introduced. Every day that there is another one introduced. And they can't just give you an answer. They give you a history of this, that, and the other, and then they'll call out. Well, I was on X, Y, and Z's channel, and this happened on X, Y, and Z's channel, and then X, Y, and Z hits the link. See, you have to really pay attention, and this is what I see with it on Nessa's channel. So when I get done seeing what I want to see, and they don't want to talk about themselves. They want to do content on the beef sector, and they don't even have the information about the beef sector down pat. They don't know the beef sector in many ways, and then you'll have people go up there and fill them in, and that they got their story wrong, and it's this way, that way, and the other way. Well, why are they hitting panels talking about the beef sector if they don't know the beef sector? And the final thing, I went up on a Nessus panel, and I started asking someone questions about things that went on in their actual sector. And they said they didn't know that. And I said, okay, so you don't know. And then I asked 3 questions. And and I didn't disrespect, I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't call this man out of his name or anything. And then if you want to go there, you better get your tone right with me. And if you want to go there, I gotta cuss you out. And just for asking him
What?
questions about what went on in his sector. So so you just have to see what you see. And so we'll see where it goes. But if they want to talk about the subject matter, that there was MBK, I believe his name was. He was in somebody's chat. I forget whose chat, but anyway, he was saying that he comes from a sector where he used to talk about politics and this, that, and the other. And then he went on to say that he went on to say who he knew, who was his bro, who was GX, and the other person who was real disrespectful. I have been disrespectful to many black women. And then, but he said he came from a sector where he talked about a lot of black consciousness and a lot of historical things. And I said, well, he said he's been around here for 3 years. And I said, well, I seen you drop in my chat lately. And I said, well, how come you haven't hit my link? Because these are a lot of things that I talk about. So you have to, you've been here for 3 years. You like to talk about these things, but every panel I see them hit, they're not talking about any of those types of things. And I invited them. I said, you're more than welcome to hit my panel when I'm talking about those things. And, so that's all I have to say about it. You cannot smooth me. You cannot tell me it's raining just because you're pissing on my leg. So that's all I have to say.
Miss T, is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I'm
yes, it's your
sorry.
turn. I was
I
on
didn't
mute.
know if anybody
Sorry.
else was talking. Okay, what I wanted to say, I want to agree 100% with what Lady Tia was saying and Ronnie Q. The only issue I have with it is I see people. We need new characters. We need new people. I don't mind new people, but my issue is it doesn't seem like the new people want to understand or even learn the B sector. They come in attacking the people that they watch or the people that they like are attacking. I don't see where any of this is genuine. My thing is these men came into the sector and I find them to be, and another thing, I find them to be very hypocritical, as I was saying earlier. You come from the Johnson sector, and I saw the comment, and Jamila, you was on the comment. He said you got to understand there's 2 parts to it. One that's against Umar and one that's for him. So if you are against Umar, why would you be part of the Umar Johnson sector? Wouldn't it be the anti-Umar Johnson sector? I'm just saying. Something that doesn't make sense to me. Then on top of it, Umar Johnson is against everything these men come up here and do. He's not for interracial marriages, first of all. He doesn't speak down on a black woman unless you really insult him. These men seem like they come straight in attacking women. And then when you find out majority of them don't even have black wives. Like I said, the one who really, really, really gave me the side eye was that conscious guy yesterday on Nessa's panel. They asked him yesterday. He did all this talking, and he said, only thing can come with a black woman is a dark cloud or a black woman, nothing with the black woman, something to that effect.
Damn.
So when they asked him, well, what do you mean nothing by dark days behind that will follow a black woman or something to that effect? So when they asked him what did he mean by that, he went on to say about how he had a sad and horrible childhood and he struggled, and it's only three ways to make money in the black community, and that's to be an athlete, a rapper, or sell drugs. He went on through all this, so he took up being a pimp. He said all of this and it never answered the story. So your dark days came from because you grew up poor in Houston, Texas. So that means every black woman is dark because you grew up poor. He sat there and he said, then he went on to give a lecture about how white people, the white community stick together and the white people do this and the white people do that, which is a lie. I work with them. They tear each other down every day and talk about one another behind each other's backs. And I sit right there and listen just like everybody else. And but he sat there and Rodney was co-signing, amen to him, everything he was saying. And I wanted to tell both of them to shut the hell up because you don't know what you're talking about. White people was just as bogus as
Same
black
boat.
people. They
Right.
do the same shit. So I was upset behind that. Then he gets up there and so they start asking him, well, is your wife? And then he went on to say, I love black women. I got a black mama, a black cousin, a black toe, a black knee. He got all these black things, but not once did he say he had a black wife. So when they asked him, did he have a black wife? He went around the block again, never answered that question, and dropped off the link. But with black women, dark days is coming. But come to find out, he's married to a white woman. And he went on to say he was a pimp for 20 years or 20 years ago, and he gave up pimping. What do a black woman got to do with you being a pimp 20 years ago? The caliber of these men is
What?
yes, the
Damn.
caliber of the men is what I have a question with, and the insulting things that they say. And if because you had a sorry ass black mother, that's your mother. But many of us was raised by damn good black mothers. I had a black mother and a father every day who worked and did what they had to do. And I personally find those comments insulting as a black woman. I go to work every day and have worked since I was 15 to make sure my kids and I worked hard to have what I have. So to just come on here and insult black women, but the problem is these are black women that are allowing them on that panel to say these crazy things. But when Ness asked him that, in her defense, he jumped down and she couldn't say anything else or ask him any more questions. So
And T, when it comes
Man,
to
that was
Miss T, when it comes to Miss Olivia Live,
mhm.
that's why they brought that one particular guy up because they know him and they was questioning him. Why are
Mhm.
you hanging with these particular
Right.
guys? Because what they have been showing out here. That's what they was asking him about. Why we know you to be an upstanding guy. We know you, you're a professional and all this. You
Right.
said you followed
Yeah.
these guys over to the B sector and this is how they act. This is how they treat the black women over here in the B sector. Are you falling behind that? And that's what they was asking him about on that live yesterday. Are you falling behind these guys? And he did say he followed behind one of those guys. He said, yeah, I follow behind who I support, and I came over, and it's probably been 3 weeks that they've been over here before I came over, but I did follow behind them. And all Miss Olivia and China was asking him that know him was asking him, you don't seem to be that type of guy. So what is the correlation? So what is your
Somebody got a bad feedback. Sorry, baby girl. Somebody got a
and
bad feedback. Everybody mute except who's talking, please, because there's a feedback to include myself.
I'm sorry, and I just want to say one thing quick, real quick, Lady Tia. And also, did you remember when he said that Binary was the one that told him to come over here, or he kind of put Binary as the leader?
Mm,
right?
mm,
He said he followed Binary over here, and he support
mm.
anybody that Binary support. That's what he said.
I heard the guy
Okay.
D. Durrell say that before. I think y'all talking about D. Durrell. But the
Right.
man who was talking like that about being a pimp and black women and stuff, that's who y'all said conscious energy?
Yeah, his name Conscious Energy, and he called D. Durrell the Godfather. He came on that panel with that.
Mm.
Y'all give respect to the Godfather, D. Durrell, who he was calling the Godfather. So I was in that live that 313 is talking about. But
Were
yes,
they trolling y'all? Were
yeah.
they trolling y'all? Because that shit sounds funny to me. Were they trolling y'all? Sound
Can
like
I?
they was trolling y'all. Go ahead, Ronnie Q.
I'm sorry. Can I get in here for 1 second? See, because
You can get in there too.
this is like the real problem that I have with it. So this conscious guy who I didn't even see that portion of her live. I didn't see any of that. So he the Godfather is D. Darrell, and the Godfather follow the non-binary person over here who doesn't marry black women. So and then what is being expounded is that the only way that black people can get money is be a celebrity, a football player, or something else, something and ignoring all the greatness in the educated black people who are in our society. So this non-binary person always wants to lead with that he's a doctor. He has a doctorate. He's not a doctor. He has a doctorate, allegedly from Grand Canyon University at that. So there's nobody out here to say all the black people who are advancing in STEM programs, who are out here trying to get our black children
Yeah,
in STEM programs, which is science, technology,
a lot.
engineering, and mathematics. And also they have now incorporated the STEAM program, which is
Yeah,
science, technology, education, arts, and mathematics. See,
yeah.
you don't have
See,
enough people talking about that. So if you're talking about having a doctorate degree, and is there's absolutely nothing educational or insightful that comes behind this title. What are you here for?
yeah, I don't get it. I don't really know why, you guys, but I'm laughing because what who just said at 313 just said sound like that dude was trolling the hell out of y'all. But he could be true because and here's something that I want to say too, back to I've been in a lot of those places, you guys, and and that's what I was also telling her. She could use her platform to tell us a little bit about what they stand for, since people don't really want to allow them on their platform, because any platform they be on now, they talking about their stuff. So I'm clueless if I don't watch them. The people do host them over here sometimes is talking about their what's going on over there, and we don't know. The people that don't go over there is not an interest to us. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Y'all, don't y'all believe that everybody come down here or come in this sector has an agenda? We've seen it happen before.
Are we wrong that we're not going to see what their history is?
What you mean? Are we wrong? No, I would like to know their history. Like I told you, I don't know those people particular, but I had a lot of information given to me by someone who follows them for a long, long time,
Right.
that knows them very well. But again, they know that I don't really get into that, but they just was telling me a little about them. And if the way that I see them moving, I can believe it. And they are some professionals, a lot of professional people in that little group.
And
I
I pose
remember.
that question because, it is easy for us that, don't care to subscribe and go over there to say y'all
Yeah.
coming over here and y'all putting B sector as y'all commentary and we don't know nothing about y'all. I get
Mhm.
it. People ain't invested enough to want to know their history. But is that an option to learn their history since
But
they're coming over?
but
Yeah,
but the
because
but the but to see, there's the whole thing. So if Ms. T Velocity is saying, I don't know anything about their profession, I don't believe half of what I hear, because is an agenda. So if you
Ronnie
feel
Q,
that a lot of them, yes, can
Ronnie
you hear
Q,
me?
I'm gonna yes, baby, not to cut you off. I'm gonna
Um,
tell you, this person knows them very well and know for a fact that they hold these degrees. Now, I don't know where the degrees are from, and they know for a fact how they move. That's why I said I'm going to stay in my
okay,
lane and just watch them move. Go ahead, baby.
yeah, yeah. So okay, they have all these degrees, and see, they're in this sector where they are offering absolutely nothing. They see that there may be mothers in here who have children. They offer nothing. They offer nothing educational. They offer no
Mhm.
solutions, no anything, but a bunch of mess, men in mess. What is so attractive about men in mess who are allegedly educated men and offer nothing to the black community, but saying that black women are whatever, darkness follows black women. I mean, you have to really pay attention to, and it's all the worse if they are actually educated, that this is all they have offered. I have seen absolutely nothing but foolishness.
I
But
agree. I
you
mean,
can
we
see
don't know their beefs. Why don't they keep
right,
their beefs in their sector? Why are they coming
right,
over here with these
right.
damn manufactured beefs that we know nothing about? So we got to go take a notebook, go into their sector, learn their beefs, and then
Mm-hmm.
we got to try to catch up when they come here and carry their beefs on here. And it do seem strategic. I'm not gonna lie. When one hit the panel, then all of a sudden, automatically, the enemy is available to come up there for them to argue, and then you sitting up there wondering what the hell they talking about. And then the conscious dude, he has a whole spiel before he comes on. Ness said, and who are you and your name? He said, am I allowed to say who I am? This is conscious TV, so and so and so and so, gave his whole little spiel like he was a radio announcer or something. And then to come to find out, this man stole $700 for one of his supporters. She was sending him 70 and accidentally sent 700. Asked him to send it back, and he didn't. And then they had a fundraiser to give the lady the money back, and they never gave her money back or something. I mean, but that came out because one of the enemies came up to tell the story. You have to, it's like a never ending cycle. People coming up telling the story. They all hate each other. Why did y'all have to come to the B sector with this when y'all was beefing in your
Can,
own
can I say
sector?
something?
I'm not understanding that part.
Right, Cruiser. That's
So,
their
um, I know we section off into communities and call them sectors, but the bottom line is, and the truth is, we cannot control, number one, another person's panel and who they want on it and who they accept on it. And number two, what the subscribers and the people who follow them go watch. So the question was that I think Tia asked earlier is that, do we have to go watch and research and find out where they are since they're coming over here? And I say no, because even if they own Ness channel, Brianna's channel, whoever channel, I cannot go over there. And when they come to my channel, if I don't want them there, they won't come there. I can refuse to know who they are, where they come from, and I can refuse to watch them because at the end of the day, we can't control what other people do.
I'm beginning to look at it, Cruiser, and I'm just gonna watch it play out. Now I am. Well, no, I don't want to say this. Well, I don't want to say this because it would be allegedly, and I don't have a fact, and I don't want to spread no narratives. But y'all know narratives are already being spread about some of these young men. I I've heard them say on different channels that they have snatch pages. They have you know taking pages down, and they do different things. So I'm hoping that the comfortability of our people over here don't get them entangled in something that they really not ready for and they don't see coming, because perhaps it is a thing that they are showing support with money. I'm just saying that. I hope we don't get blinded by that. Like I said, I'm just gonna watch what happened. I someone really did, and this person is very, very, very familiar with them. Gave me some 411 on them. But then again, I don't carry myself like some people do, so I'm not worried about getting in the mix with them like that. You know what I mean? But these people, they're channel holders. They have their own rights to run their channel the way they want to. If you don't want to be bothered, just don't be bothered. But do I think that they could come in here and take over something? No, I don't think you can ever come in and take over because it's YouTube, y'all. But I do think that they could come over and create a lot of chaos. And if they are good at what some people say, and that's what they're known for, and that's why they do come in packs, then it's something to be really mindful to watch them on platforms and using their stuff and doing certain things with them. But again, some of them may just be coming to a new area to make new friends. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask a question that I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna just ask the question and I'm gonna get off the panel.
And
To not only content creators, but those who
yep,
want to become content creators.
yep.
Do you want people to come to your channel to watch you because they're obligated, loyalty, or even pity? Or do you want them to come to your channel and watch you because that's where they want to be and they're interested in the content that you're putting out and they want to be there and enjoying your content? Thank you for letting me come up. I'm going to be in the chat, ladies.
Thank you so much. Well,
T,
we can
I'm
start
gonna,
with you.
T, can you start with me? Because I'm finna drop down too, and that was
Yes,
pretty
baby. You
easy
were
for me.
sure,
And
sure. Go ahead. Start with
thank
you.
you for having me too as well. I enjoyed the panel as always. For me, I want people to come because they're interested in what I got to talk about. If my title is interesting, that's the only reason I want them to come. They don't have to have loyalty because people come and go in our real life. People come and go in our real life. Friends, foes, whatever. I would want people to come because they're interested in what I got to talk about. And that's it. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you so much, Tia, and thanks for your questions. Your
Oh,
stimulating question.
love
Is
it. Love it.
Ronnie you?
Okay, yeah, I want people to come to my channel because they want to hear what I have to say. Definitely, that is the main thing. I want them to feel like they have a voice, or they can find find something interesting or insightful. It doesn't always have, or funny or whatever. I try to mix it up so it's not all one thing. So I definitely want them to come for that reason. Loyalty, that is good. That's why I have a membership on my page, and you're all free to join my membership. I have 3 tiers, so there's that. And also, if you want to show any type of loyalty to me, I also have an Amazon store where you can click my link in the description box and shop a few things in my Amazon store. So I have different ways for people to show support and loyalty, and I also have a Cash App as well. See, I have different ways that you can support me in my channel, but I definitely would like people to come and engage with me about the conversations that I have. If it's beef sector, or if it's more a serious conversation. So I like all the engagement. And Mz.Teavalocity, thanks for having me up. Was a great live, and mods and chat, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna step down.
Thank you so much, Ronnie Q. I always appreciate you joining me. And again, Ronnie Q, I want to know how you get an Amazon store. Maybe I don't come on enough. I don't know. It's some stuff, you have to really know what you want for your channel. But again, I think if you guys aren't subscribed to Ronnie Q, sometime I get to share her out. I know she shares me out, and I greatly appreciate your support. Now I know 313 doesn't have a channel, so I'm not going to ask her about answer the question. But for me, I want people to come over here because they enjoy me and they enjoy my content. That's why I want them. I'm not one to run after numbers, run after money. Okay, Ronnie Q, run after money. Of course, we all come on here and it's our channel and we deliver the content that we deliver. A lot of us talk about the same as like the news, but we deliver the news in a different way. There's no difference here. I know perhaps everybody don't agree with what I said about gatekeepers. And James said the same thing, kings and queens and princes and dunces and all those things. But what I will say is you have to empower yourself to come on here and just do your thing. Growing organically is better than growing with a group of people, to be honest with you, or being affiliated. And we heard that saying, no man is an island by themselves. But sometimes you are an island by yourself until others decide to come on your island. And when they come on your island, most likely they'll be like you. Okay. So I enjoy that people come over here and I'm growing organically. I will continue to be Mz.Teavalocity. I don't always fit into the mold. I don't always fit into the mold, and that's fine, okay? Because I won't change who I am. Now, with the new people coming over, embrace them if you desire. If you don't desire to embrace them, but one thing I don't want to do is I wish, and I only can say for myself, people wouldn't ride the wave. Get to know people for who they are. Get to sit back and watch and see what their agenda about. Don't inside bash each other, because then we give them the opportunity to come in and treat us just like we treat each other. And that's what people see, to be honest, y'all. You know, if you come to my house and you see everybody walking on my carpet with muddy shoes, when you come in and your shoes muddy, you go walk on my carpet. If I stop it at the door and say, no, 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 you got to take your shoes off, you only could wear these booties or socks, then that's how you'll do. So the way we treat each other is just allowing other people to come in and treat us the same way, because we don't put a stop to it, because it's the norm. The bitch calling, the hoes, the dragging the kids, the dragging the dead folks, the doxing and stuff. We don't put a stop to it, and that's why it will continue. And remember, if there's a problem and you don't have a solution, then you're part of the problem. And with that being said, I have had a great 3 hours with you all. I appreciate you all. If you're not a member, please consider becoming a member. If you're not a subscriber and you like my vibe over here, it doesn't change much. It doesn't change much. Some things happen, and then I get that car and I get back in my lane and I redirect the traffic. Much love to you, everybody who joined my platform today, and to you, QI, as well. I know you're fighting something, sweetheart. And I don't want you to think that Mz.Teavalocity, you know, didn't defend you, didn't hear you out, didn't even hear your pain and your trauma. But I also know I have been watching you, and you two play into some of the drama that's happening with you. And it is what it is. But you go work it out on your own, on your channel. But you always welcome to come over here and join me. But when it gets to that degree that you start saying certain things, I got to let you go. And with that being said, you guys be safe out there, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.